So I didn't go last year. Did I go last year? Maybe I was.
I thought you did last minute.
Maybe I was there last year. I don't remember.
Yeah, you were with like all the road guys because I remember I was trapped at the Arnold. I was trapped at the actual gym outside of the expo because we sponsored Pros Gym. We have
last year.
That was last year. Every year that I've gone, I get brought there for two reasons. One, because my sister used to go to Ohio State, so I'm already familiar with the area. I bring the team there. When we go out, I know where to go, basically. Two is I have a relationship with the guy that owns Pros Gym. So basically, my boss would say, hey, Joe, can you hit him up?
Yep, you're 100% correct because you saw Kai there. He fucking ditched me.
Correct. I had my picture with Kai. I think I sent it to you like on the spot, too. I was like, dude, finally.
Yeah, you're like, where are you, though? And I was like,
For however long that Kai Greene and I have been in the same state, and I have never like said a word to him, gotten a photo, and like also truthfully, this is how you know that we've like matured in this industry because I don't really like fangirl about any of these guys anymore. You remember when we used to see Kai Greene or like say Phil Heath or Ronnie Coleman walked up to us and you'd be like all like goo goo gaga, like eyes wide open, like you can't even say words. Like, I don't give a shit. Like,
yeah, man. I don't know if it's an age thing. I don't know if it's something that, you just mature into. But after a while, you just don't fucking care anymore. And it's nothing against these people. It's just there's a certain type of person that just consistently fangirls over celebrities or people of high notoriety. And it could be anything. It could be in a societal standard. It could be in a fame standard. Whatever the standard is, just because this person is widely regarded and known, there are certain people that care way too much, and there are people that are just like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I really have always been like a very, I'm not going to say down to earth because I think other people can be down to earth as well, but I've always been a very even-keeled individual when I see somebody of high notoriety.
Right. I could back you on that.
I'm just like, oh, dope. Like that's cool. That, when I got to shoot Bronson.
Yeah, that was huge.
I was a huge Bronson fan for many years. So it was just crazy that I got to shoot him for muscular development, and then he invites me to his studio to go shoot again. And then I'm with him doing individual shoots for him for like 2 months in his studio in Brooklyn. So you're sitting there and you're just like, yo, this is somebody that you listen to their music on repeat.
Right.
You're jamming out. You're having a good time. You know all of his shit by heart, and he's just hanging out in front of you. And the more people like that you're around, the more you realize these people are just like us. They're just there is no difference. They just either hit a stride professionally, they hit a stride in just blowing up on X amount of videos or whatever it was, and they got fame because of it. And that doesn't take them down in merit or anything like that. It just kind of, you got to realize these are just fucking people. They're just people. They're not
funny,
they're not and they're not kings. And even kings, they're not gods. They're not what drove me nuts was the Super Bowl and just like this Taylor Swift.
Are you pro Taylor or not Taylor?
I'm pro. Just leave me the fuck alone. I want to watch football. That's all I'm pro. I'm pro. I think it's and I think people basing their entire existence and happiness on a celebrity and who they're fucking is the strangest shit ever.
I am like so out of it when it comes to celebrity gossip and news and like I knew about Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift because I'm invested in football. Like that is like one of like my favorite sports, and plus I'm into fantasy football, so I actually care about the individual players, just like anybody would.
I got fucking shafted.
Oh my god! God, don't even go there. I took him first overall in one of my rounds, and he did jack shit for me.
I had Kelce too, and he was just like a bench warmer for me. I was like, okay, dude. And then every time I put him on the fucking bench, he did a great game.
And now all of a sudden the playoffs come around, and everybody decides, okay, you know what? We're gonna actually play to our full capabilities. You know what? I'll just go fuck myself. It is what it is.
That's exactly what it felt like the entire season. Tyler and I sat there. We were just looking at all of our players. I had the best graded draft out of everybody in our. And meanwhile, I was looking at as I was drafting people. I'm like, oh, dude, I'm fucked. It's over for me. It's over. Then afterwards, they gave me the highest graded draft. They said, yo, you did the best out of everybody.
Right.
And I sat there and I just went, okay, that's weird. First week, dominated. Second week, I got shafted because one of their players did 50 points or some shit. Every time I lost, it was just because some random person got 900 points and like worked the concession stand for the rest of the day at the field, and they got like another 20.
The best moments though are when like Yahoo is what like a lot of like my friends and I use when we do fantasy football now, because it's
just the standard. I feel like
really
that or
is.
ESPN.
ESPN is trash, and I think we're actually going to be getting away from Yahoo to like some newer one that I don't even know about. But the funny thing is when they come out with those like preseason rankings based off of your team, and you get like an F.
Yeah.
But then there's been one year where I've gotten an F, and my roommate, he's like the commissioner and loves to put out like news bulletins and really go over the top with it because that's kind of like his thing. He enjoys the hell out of it.
Who's your roommate?
Shout out to Robert Xavier Young III. Yeah.
Shout out Rob.
Oh, God. I was wondering how long it was going to take for me to name drop between him and a couple of my other closer friends, which they will get name dropped at some point.
Everyone's getting name dropped.
For good, bad, or for worse, we'll find out.
I already said Tyler. Everyone's getting name dropped.
But basically, I got like an F one year. And he did his little news bulletin and spoke to, okay, this is a questionable pick. This is a questionable pick. What's he doing drafting this guy? Won the year.
There you go.
So between me and like my home league, like I've only done 2 of them. I can't do more than 2 leagues. The people that do 5 or 6 leagues, I don't know how you end up getting through the season. I do 2 leagues. Week 17 comes around. I am so done with football to the point where I almost didn't even watch the playoffs, truthfully.
Dude, I deleted the app. I got shafted so hard. I said, fuck this. And I just deleted the app. I was over it. I'm let it ride out by itself.
Yeah, I'm perfectly content with just, do what you got to do for like the individual people. You set your lineups. And it's funny because a lot of my friends, like I have one of my friends who's actually a late night talk host for sports.
Oh, shit.
Like, goes into the city. And he has like one of the best like regular season records in our league. Hasn't won once.
Dude, I would never let him in our league. I would just be like, I'm sorry, dude. You can't. You have too much insider trading.
Oh no, we want him because that means that I'm just always gonna beat him. And it's funny because I'm an Ohio State guy and he's a Penn State guy. Shout out Hickey, you're getting name dropped second after Rob. And he's still never won a championship. So maybe this podcast will be something that lights a fire under his ass to really get his stuff together.
He's using all of his sources. It's good. He's gonna scorch earth everybody in that league. It's over for all of you guys.
Dude, his dramatic TikToks crack me up though. He's really good. He's gonna be something big in a couple of years. I can't wait to see this kid grow.
And he does all sports stuff.
He does
in the city?
literally any
so
sport.
every night he goes into the city and he works like the graveyard
shift. Yep, and it's crazy.
And what does he do? Does he grab all of these statistics for them to talk about the next day, or he is the actual person on the show?
I think he does everything himself. It was one of those things where he works for, I think it's WFAN.
Okay.
Like super late night, but then he'll also fill in for people when they can't be on their normally scheduled program.
And he does it like this. He does it like a broadcast.
Exactly like this.
Does he do callers and everything like that?
I don't think he does callers because if he did, I would have absolutely petitioned to have been one by now. Would have been like the least productive call in that whole show, but that's besides the point. Because him and I would have just been shitting on each other the whole time.
I mean, dude, if Tyler was a talk show host at night,
dude.
oh my God, I'd be the first and last call every single show.
Rajol Brothers literally was like, I love you both. It was a clusterfuck every single episode.
Oh, man, I miss that so much. It's funny you say that. I just sent him a clip from that today. It was hysterical. It was when he announced that that OnlyFans was moving away from. It was moving away from pornographic material for a little while. Then I did decide they were going to lose all their.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I forgot how big of a deal that was.
Breaking news sound in here.
Yep. Okay. Oh my God.
Yeah.
This fucking kid.
OnlyFans is moving away from the model of nudity, sex, and pornographic material. Really? Yep. They're going for funding and they're moving to a more professional-based service. So
You just like see him doing the yes chant.
OnlyFans, you're not getting any more of my cash.
Yeah.
Right back to Pornhub, baby. Oh my God. Oh, it's fantastic.
This fuck. I swear to God, I love this kid. I see this kid literally in like the first thing in the morning sometimes, and it's so crazy because I forget that he's Tyler because he's like everybody's dead in the morning when we all go to work out.
Yeah.
And it's like 6:10, we're all warming up, and he's literally just sitting in the corner by himself. I'm like, dude, are you ill?
That's how
like,
I am,
This is
bro.
not yourself.
No, that's how I am too, though.
You still bullshit with me in the mornings though when we see each
but
other.
I'm
Like you're
generally-
like awake. Tyler is like, why the
generally
fuck am I
quiet.
here? And then 5 minutes into the workout, he's like, okay, I'm good. Like I'm awake.
He needs a little warm up period. I'm generally quiet. I like to get in my fucking zone and just if the music's not getting me on the ride over or something like that, I need that. It sounds stupid, but I need that old school bodybuilder style. I need that hoodie up, layered up, just fucking. I just all the way draped over to the nose. I just want. Dude, I still have I'm wearing all my 2XL hoodies. I'm wearing my boyfriend's hoodies. That's what I look like.
Dude, you would come to OG as the only person wearing a hoodie, and you stick out like a sore thumb.
I've never taken my shirt off.
You wore like this big ass yellow 2XL hoodie. You look like a fucking banana running.
Yep.
And it's the like one of the most hysterical things because then you take off your tank top and everybody's like, oh wait, no, he's in shape, like he's cut up.
Yeah, I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. It's been quite the transformation and transition. It's been nice.
How much weight have you dropped now?
I have to give you your flowers. You were 100% right. I do love going there. You tried getting me to go to OG for a long time.
Yeah.
So I have to give you your flowers. You were right. I definitely waited too long. I did want to be leaner before I went there, and that was not the case. because of the amount of girls that were there. I said, if I'm going to go to OG or I have to go to Nunzi's, shout out Mike. If I want to go to Nunzi's, I have to be leaner. And neither of that happened. So I was chubby when I went to Nunzi's. I was chubby when I went to OG.
Not anymore though.
Now I got into some good shape. I got to get back in the cardio mode. That's my problem.
It's so tough. It's the
ankle injury. It's the ankle injury. I'm still nursing this injury.
Between the injuries, but then it's like I was listening to Nick Bear earlier this week, and he was talking about how you make progress in drops and you'll lose it in buckets. Yep. I was like, that is legitimately conditioning to a T. All of my crazy fitness friends from the gym that we all work out with on a regular basis, and how they hold this conditioning to the level that they do, and I'm just like over there dying with like my hands on my knees, and you kind of like you feel bad because you want to compare yourself to everybody that you're working out with, your contemporaries, but that's not like our realm though. It's like we're like growing into that.
Let me stop you right there. I mean, some of those individuals are not exactly, natty and clean. So you have to remind yourself of those situations, which I've had to do for years. And it's not a knock on people because we've been in the industries and we've seen a million, we're friends with people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like we've been in the competition scene and realm and whatnot. But you have to understand, like that's always been a mental hurdle for me is when I look at these people and they're shredded year round. Like we're talking fucking diced.
Yep.
What was Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder? His line, he's like, yo, man, you more shredded than a julienne salad. That's what I'm saying, man. You more shredded than a julienne salad. So when you see these people, you have to kind of just pause and go, that's amazing that you're able to keep that shape.
God bless
because
them.
It still takes a lot of dedication and hard work, but there are other factors that allow everyone to stay tight year round.
Right. Does it make it easier? Absolutely. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's like you see what these people are eating.
Yeah.
So
no, they're consistent. That once again, I have to do the disclaimer. That doesn't take away from what they do on a daily basis.
Right.
It does make it easier to hold. Like even the dudes after shows, man, I was suffering to keep my shape after a show.
You're preaching to the choir, man.
Dude, and these fucking guys, they were just like lean for like 6 days after, and then you see them let go, and they're just like, okay. It's almost like when someone's like holding their gut in for like the photo shoot, and then they're okay, and everything just comes fucking falling out.
It's so crazy, man. I mean, honestly, thankfully, I had like other factors this time around when I did my show in November that were encouragement for me to hold my shape for literally as long as possible. And I think I actually did relatively well with that up until maybe the first or second week of January.
You know what I'm saying, though? Like, you always look good, though. You don't ever look bad. You don't ever look like you're blowing yourself out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I try to,
like you never look like the dude that just let it all go, and now I got to restart again.
No, I've done that. I've done bad rebounds when it comes to shows, and it's something that, like, so one of my friends actually gave me a topic that we could have talked about where it's like, okay.
Unless it segues into here, I'll write it down.
Basically, it's how bodybuilding was kind of like, almost like I'm actually going to pull it up. And he didn't want me to name drop him, so I'm not going to do that. But basically, he was going along the lines of
you don't have to. Let me see the name. I'll scream it out.
Well, you know him.
Who is it? I'm not going to say who it is. Let me see. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he was like, okay, where is it?
He's done.
Where the hell is it? He's like, and I love the kid, but he also sends me like 99 text messages in a row. Like all bodybuilding is months of starving and treating your body in the most unhealthy of ways just for someone else's opinion of you on stage. So
he's not wrong. I mean,
look,
it depends on who your coach is. And there's a lot of bodybuilding in a lot of ways is an over-glorified beauty pageant. That's really what it is. And it's not. It takes a lot of dedication. It takes a lot of hard work. And to get to that final point and to actually finish a prep, because there's a lot of people that'll bodybuild and go through it and they just won't finish a prep.
Yep.
So there's a lot of instances where people just can't finish because it is a lot of hard work. But on the other hand, it is abuse on the body. A lot of people are drug abused. A lot of people are starvation abused to themselves. Mentally, they're just fucking checked out, but they keep going. That was like that post that I put up.
Yep.
That post that I put up when I was talking about people that are just fucking faking the smile in the mirror, and then the second that camera is off, they're back to being miserable again.
Alpha Land, man. That's so many of the people that I've met, and it sucks because it's like there's not really anything that you can do about it.
I would say there's 99% of the people that message me based on that were, dude, you could, and pros too, you couldn't be more spot on. And then there's like the 1% of people that just were like, oh no, you're wrong. And it's okay. Like if you feel attacked by that, don't be upset with me. That's some internal reflection that you have to do on yourself, the sport. And, you know, if you're in your mid to late 30s and you've just been competing and, oh, well, I just do it for me. It's like, really? You just starve yourself and do these preps and run yourself into the ground and spend a ton of money on gear and do all just for you?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sounding judgy because I am in some ways, but if that's how you take fun and purpose it for yourself, I mean, glory be to God. Do your thing, brother. But I mean, that to me doesn't seem fun. What seems fun to me is achieving a healthy, balanced physique.
Thank you.
Being an athlete, having a good relationship with food, understanding things that serve you and things that don't. Because there's a lot of things in this world that don't serve us that at some point you have to kind of just give up. Otherwise, it's going to bring you down a path of just train wreck.
Speaking of that, when was the last time that you've had a drop of alcohol?
It's going to be, it'll be a year next month. This month, yeah, March, man. Crazy.
Unreal, dude.
Crazy, dude. I don't know.
Do you use that app that tracks how many days?
You know what I did? I deleted it because I was like, I'm not an alcoholic.
I had one of my friends.
You know, they have like the coin and everything. I'm like, I'm not an alcoholic, so I don't really need this.
I had one of my friends who actually had the app, and he had like forecasted out what that day of 365 was going to be. And I have a note on my phone of like all of like my important days, like when I'm going to go away or any family parties. And I legitimately wrote that down, and I texted him and I was like, dude, like happy 1 year. You don't realize it, man. Now it's like, you know, I get like the whole like socially acceptable drinking thing. And then all of a sudden you cut it out. Like, you know, you have friends that do 75 hard. And it's like in the beginning when they used to do that, I would be like so pissed off because it's like, yeah, you're losing friends. It's like you're losing the easiest way of being able to hang out with people and connect with them and bond. And these are like the prime years of our life. I get it. But then at the same time, I'm almost like being hypocritical because I've gone into bodybuilding press for 4.5, 5 months.
Hey, you're a hermit, bro.
Oh my gosh, man.
Well, you know, you have to look at it from a different perspective. You have to look at it in the exact way that you just said. You have to look at it like, well, I've been selfish with my time too. And you know what? There's no right and wrong answer to anything. It's balancing. It's understanding what's going to be good and what's going to be bad for you. So, you know, somebody that wants to cut alcohol out, they can still go out. Like, especially if you're not a recovering alcoholic or somebody that you can be around booze and just not drink. Get a club soda. Put a lime in it. Pretend like you're having you don't even have to say anything. People will just automatically believe or be under the assumption that you have a drink in your hand. You don't owe anybody an explanation. None of us do. None of us owe the person to our left, the person to our right, hey, I don't drink anymore, so like this is uncomfortable for me to be here. Why is it uncomfortable for you to be there? You could hang out. You can hang out and you could dip. Like I Irish exit all the time. Dude, I'm the fucking king of that shit. I just leave. I'm gone. Like I'll hang out for a few. I'll look at my clock. I'll check Kenji on the cameras at my house. I'll be like, yo, I don't want to be here anymore. I want to be in my jams and hanging out with him. So I'll just fucking leave.
It's so funny how you always say jams.
Jams, baby.
I've literally known you for how many years and you still say jams? Like, man. I've seen you post stories of you in your jams. And now it's almost like you're going to get me to say it. So.
Yeah, dude. And you know what my jams are? They're gym shorts and a hoodie. That's my jams are.
Oh, I thought you had like the actual like onesie where it's like a matching set kind of thing.
Oh, I do.
You definitely do.
I do, and I wear that with Kenji on Christmas. We have matching jams.
Oh, you do like the Christmas card kind of thing?
My mom always gets us matching jams.
Oh.
Yep, and then we wear it for Christmas Day.
Dog jams. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I thought that you would have been the first person to invent that.
No.
But
there's actually a picture of us with it, and I'm going to show you. And it was Fat Nick, too. It was like...
Oh, this was Fat Nick before OG?
This was a couple months before OG.
Oh, damn. We're really about to go down that rabbit hole, huh?
Yeah, I got to like do some scrolling. It's pretty... But then again, I feel like I don't really post that much. I do, but I don't.
If you got to do some scrolling, then that means that you're far enough removed from it. So that's silver lining.
I'll tell you what, man. It's been we're gonna go over this.
Oh boy,
I'm in a very interesting space.
It's like I'm thinking about like the whole Joker meme, and it's like, and here we go.
That's really what it feels like, dude. Oh, you know what? I definitely got rid of it. I definitely pulled it off because I hated my fat ass face in that picture. 2022 December. I love that feature. Be able to search things.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, just if you know the date, you just search it up and matching jams, me and Kenji.
Let's see it.
Oh, we look awesome. We look so great.
Oh, I remember that one.
We look so great.
That's like the old money colors ways too. Oh shit. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah,
I'm surprised that you found the freaking jam that fits him.
That's my mom. Those are millionaire jams.
He's knocked out, so he doesn't really give a shit about what we're talking about.
Look at my mom trying to put the jams on him. He was miserable. Bro, he was fucking miserable.
Dude, what the hell?
He was like, why are these on me? And
he's like a statue.
My mom's like, oh, look, he's got Christmas jammies on. Ready? Right?
to get his jammies on. Oh, it's Christmas jammies.
Unfucking
I
believable.
said, yo, she wants a grandchild so bad, and all she's got is a
All she's got is Kenji. Hey. You know, you're still young. We got time.
I got to get a text back before I have any kids. So, what was I fucking saying? Christmas jam. How did we get on Jam Jams?
I don't know, dude. We started about the whole
leaving.
bodybuilding
Dipping,
thing, and then we
dipping.
ended up on Jam Jams.
Yeah, dipping. So,
Right.
you know, it's you just have to if you have this is gonna sound so fucking cliche. If you have a mission and something that's important to you, don't allow external factors to sway you from doing that, because the time's gonna go. Look at it. It's a year, bro.
Yeah.
It's a year that I haven't drank alcohol. It's a year, almost a year that I joined OG. So it's like the time is gonna
They're like synonymous with each other. At
the
this
time is gonna go by regardless. So you might as well just do the shit that you want to do, because those people that are judging you, those people that are telling you, it sounds so cliche. I really hate sounding like this, but those people that are judging you, that are telling you like, oh no, have one drink. Oh, do this, oh that. They might not even be your fucking friend in a year.
Yeah.
But your mission is going to be the same.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's almost a year too, May, so a couple months off since I started jujitsu. So it's crazy, dude, how just the time is just going. So what are you going to do with that time?
It's also crazy too, because it's like not everybody really knows what your own personal goal is going to be, and you might not even really know what that is yet. But I think people might realize that a part of it, whatever it ultimately ends up being, is going to be reducing like external stressors like alcohol, and not even really needing to worry about that. Even like, so one of the guys that I'm really big on lately is Chris Harris, one of the big CrossFitters, High Rocks guy.
He's the cat out east, right?
Oh my God, dude. Yeah. He is like one of like the fittest people I've ever seen in my life. I got to make it over there one of these days to train. But he's really big on like
lift heavy, move fast, lift heavy,
MF, LH,
move fast, lift heavy. Yeah.
So
Taylor and I have filmed there a couple times. It's a dope gym.
And he's super big on the non-alcoholic brews, which is funny because one of my other friends from the gym, Ernest, he has been so big on those too. From the day that I met the kid, it's funny. I think initially, maybe like the first couple of times that we went out, he was drinking. And then that's when he went into his whole sobriety phase, where it's like he made it 365 days. We would go to the bars, and I would already know to have one of those at the ready, or he would have like my alcoholic drink at the ready while he's drinking his.
But this is what I'm saying.
Happiest guy ever.
You can have, and this is something that has to come across to people with prep as well. There's a balance. You can still go out. You can still get to bed early enough to go to the gym the next day.
Mm-hmm.
You can still prep all your meals and have all of your macronutrients covered all throughout the day, and still be able. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you can still have a fucking life.
Yeah.
It's not. But we get into these mindsets that, oh no, I have to be a hermit. I have to do this. I have to that. You don't have to do shit.
Oh, no,
just
dude.
Be. You're the one that's cutting those relationships off. You're the one that's not allowing yourself to go be social and hang out with people. That's on you, bro. That's not on. Just because you're not drinking, you could be, unless you're an alcoholic, like I said, unless you're somebody that has a problem and you can't be around booze, bro, go out. Even if you're not drinking, have the athletic brew ready to go. No, you don't owe anybody a fucking explanation for nothing.
And it's also so funny too, because like when I go into my prep stages, it's funny because my friends know, because I tell them, and they follow what I'm doing, because I like to post a little bit more when I'm doing that type of stuff, because you're kind of like tracking the journey a little bit.
Yeah.
But then secondarily, they're like, oh, okay, like, Joe, you want to come out with us? Okay, yeah. It's like, guys, we're good. Joe's gonna he's gonna sober drive for us tonight, so nobody's got to worry about that. I'm like, I am like so content with that, man. I feel like I just love being the person that drives anyways.
Yeah.
So I mean,
because you can leave whenever you want.
Yeah, and plus on top of that, I live in my car anyways. It's like that's why it's like the first time I ever bought a new car in my life. But I knew how much time I spend in the thing, and every single time I get into it, I'm still like the happiest guy alive. I feel like
the Jeep is dope.
I literally feel like I just drove it off the lot.
Yeah, the Jeep.
No regrets at all.
Gladiator's sick. I like the Gladiator.
Oh my gosh, man!
I'm on my fucking Toyota kick, man. I want to get rid of my BMW so bad, and I want to get a Toyota.
I can see that.
I'm waiting for these rates to go. I don't know.
You need it for this behemoth,
dog. I don't know what transformation has happened over the last couple of years, but I'm turning into a fucking redneck. I really am. Like guns. I'm wearing denim all the time and like hooking shit up to my belts. I never wore belts. I want trucks. I want to move. I don't know what is going on.
Look at me. It definitely wasn't going for me.
Oh my God. All of a sudden I was like, oh wow, Zach Brown band is really good. And I was like, whoa, what the fuck is going on? Yeah, man.
You're going to be going to all the Jones Beats concerts with like your cowboy boots on and your hat.
Dude, maybe that's where I'll find wifey. I got to find her. She's somewhere.
I was going to say, dude, hey, you never know.
She's somewhere. Otherwise, I'm just going to have a pack of Akitas, so fuck it.
Hey, you know what? Whatever makes your mom happy, however, grandkids she's going to have.
She wants grandkids, man. She wants grandkids. So I gotta figure out some shit. I got time, though. I'm not in any type of a rush. I'll tell you what, man. So this is an interesting project I have going on, because I don't know how I feel on it yet.
The secondary phone. I saw you talk about that a little bit. What do you think?
I'll tell you what. So here's my mindset. I have my iPhone, which is the line that I have had for, God, everyone's got this number. This is like the number that I've had
For years
since I
and
was
years and
15,
years.
16 years old.
Even
Everyone's-
like your prior careers with like when you were doing like the filming for the houses and
I was
stuff like
doing
that.
Yeah, when I was doing all the audio video stuff, everyone's got this number.
Yeah.
It's an interesting balance when you work for yourself, you're an entrepreneur, or you even what you do, and people are hitting you up all the time. My issue is, as of late, I'm having a dilemma of not mental health, but needing to step away from social media.
Okay.
Because it's too much. Because I'm trying to figure out what makes me happy and what doesn't make me happy. Kind of like what I did with the fitness. What serves me,
Right,
and what doesn't. And I've figured out that the more time I spend on social media, the more unhappy I am. Truly. Like the more you get into a funk, you're doom scrolling, this and that. And because I have a larger following on TikTok, which is slowly dropping because I don't post a lot on there. Yeah, a couple hundred followers every couple of months, you lose here and
But that's
there.
like normal fluctuation. When you get to like that big of an account and when you've had like millions of views on your stuff.
Yeah, it's like 50. But now because I'm lost in the algorithm, I don't get that many views anymore.
Oh, I didn't think
So
about
I'm stuck
that.
in the 200 view
Fucking
club,
algorithm,
300
man.
Yeah, it's all,
If I have to hear about the algorithms one more time and
this is-
everybody trying to catch it, just fucking post whatever you want to
exactly.
post.
But this is the problem. The problem is we
my
originally started these accounts to have fun and do you hear my elbows? Dude, that was a crack from my elbow. My elbows are just disgusting. Anyway.
No more bodybuilding for you. We need to make sure that you
don't
are
know-
functional and bulletproof.
I don't know if it's jujitsu or if it's from bodybuilding, years of just heavy weights and bodybuilding. I don't know.
Scaring me because if I'm still doing bodybuilding stuff, am I going to be like cracking and like sounding like
probably
broken
are.
puzzle pieces? No, I'm not. I'm not letting that happen.
I sound really, dude. I wake up in the sidetracked. I wake up in the middle of the night and I toss and turn, and all you hear is I swear every time both elbows
Nope.
crack.
I'm
I
out.
go, what is that?
Nope.
Why are they cracking?
I absolutely refuse. I always joke around with everybody that I want to be the one person that lives to 100. I don't want to be.
You can live to 100. You're just gonna make a lot of noise.
Well, that's the thing. I don't want to be living to 100 and then also sound like I'm throwing a Rubik's cube down the stairs.
Well, if you live to 100, generally you're probably not gonna be moving that quick.
Well, dude, I mean, look, you have people that are running races, like actually legitimately running, I forget if it's like a 10K or a half marathon or a marathon, like the really old guy that actually ran the race.
That's the David Goggins of the elderly, though. Like, unless if you fucking hit that can one more time, I'm gonna murder you.
Is it fucking up audio?
I just hear it. I just bang.
I'm just trying to draw attention to it, guys. Come on.
Yeah, then fucking bang.
That time I did it on purpose.
Turn
I'm
around.
sorry.
No, I dare you. Can turn around. Yeah, turn around.
See?
There you go. Oh, I don't even think you could see it.
Well, okay. It can't be a podcast with Joe from Ghost if I don't have a
That's
ghost.
true.
I'm
That's true.
even wearing the shirt because
I see all the
everybody legitimately
It's
knows
actually
me.
fire. I love the ghost logo with the NASA.
Yeah,
That's
so
my favorite.
it's actually funny. I've had this shirt. We came out with this maybe
like
like
the
a year
Skittles one
ago.
on the side? Let me see
Yeah,
that.
literally ski resorts.
No, the Skittles.
Oh, yeah, Skittles. Actually, no, that's Pride.
Oh, okay.
So what we do is like we have like all of our different logos and we just threw them onto one shirt. And it was one of those shirts that like literally just sold out so fast because there's actually logos on here that we never put into production.
It's cool.
So-
That reminds me. The ghost with the yellow reminds me of Goosebumps.
Oh, yeah.
That's what that reminds me of. I don't know if that's what it is, but that's what that reminds me of.
And it's so funny because like I'm like, okay, I'm drinking the energy drink, I'm wearing the shirt.
Yeah, no, you're Joe from Ghost, bro.
It's like one of those things though where everybody's like, oh, wait, I thought that you just do Ghost full time. I was like, guys, like I'm a financial advisor outside of that, but nobody really knows. But also I don't really try to cross those two worlds.
Yeah, separate.
Because if you're doing stupid stuff online for social media, for the fitness industry, where sometimes you're doing things to get views, and I totally get it. Like, trust me, I have my fun with like my friend Carl and I that I think you saw the video of him punting the pizza out of my hand. Not exactly the most conducive material for a financial advisor.
People are like,
So-
wait a minute, you're supposed to handle $5 million of my own money? And
Yeah,
you're
you can't even handle a pizza. You're letting your friend punt it out of your hands. Like, how are you gonna handle my money?
doing that shit?
So,
Pull all the funds.
so let's just say that I purposely don't cross those worlds because
But that's smart.
yeah, and it's like I have like older clientele. It's like, yeah, maybe like you get like one or two really, really cool guys that are down to earth and they'll be like, oh yeah, I love that. But I'm worried that the majority of them are not going to think that.
Yeah,
and they're
which-
very
which
old
you're
school.
very smart in thinking that.
So my father is very old school, and the clientele
love
that I
it.
bring in are very, very similar to him. So in my head, I'm like, okay, if my older uncles and my dad aren't going to like this, chances are they're not going to like it either. So that's why it's like, okay, even if I talk about like, I've been posting a lot more on LinkedIn lately of just like financial overview and market updates and things like that. I'm not posting that to LinkedIn. I'm keeping like two worlds separate. Like you got to have church and state in my world.
I'm laughing
So-
because I think of LinkedIn and everyone just circle jerking each other on LinkedIn. I'm sorry. I wasn't laughing at you. I was laughing at
Yeah.
how people react and act on LinkedIn about everything.
It's so, but I mean,
It's literally
for me,
just like oh my God, it's a circle jerk.
it's so funny though, because for me, I've been really big on LinkedIn, not really much as Facebook. It's like I manage the social media, funny enough, for the firm that I work with. It's a family firm. My father runs it, and I've been in there for coming up on 3 years now.
Shouts to Pop Silly.
Oh my God, man. He is one of my best friends. And, you know, it's always interesting when you talk to people about working for family, because anything that you've heard, we definitely check that box. We've been through hell and back. Yes, we bicker. Yes, we argue. At the end of the day, he's still my father. I love the man to death. And he's taught me so much. So now it's opened up what I could do professionally, because I have that base. And you have somebody that's been doing this for 30 years, longer than I've been alive. Yeah. And, you know, obviously he's gone through his trials and tribulations. And now I just get to learn from him. And I don't make nearly as many mistakes as he did in the very beginning. So I'm already kind of starting a step above maybe somebody at my age normally would start at. Mm-hmm. And it's crazy because I have conversations with clients, prospects over the age of 40, and I'm talking to them over the phone, and I don't have like my picture and my email signature. I don't have any of that. But then they see me in person and they're like, wait, how old are you? I'm like, 29, turning 30 in September. They're like, I never would have guessed. I have so many clients that have came up to me and told me, oh yeah, you're an old soul. You talk very professionally. But that's what you need. So I've always loved the fact that I've been able to, I think I've done a good job with like, okay, I have like my casual side, which is Joe from Ghost. And then I have my professional side that is literally like Joseph Ciliberti, financial advisor, can help you go from A to B, plan out your family's legacy, do whatever you need. So
it's amazing, dude.
I don't know, man.
Listen, side note, you've worked hard as fuck over the last couple of years, especially with the studying and getting all your certifications. You've worked your ass off. So,
oh my gosh, man.
Kudos, flowers to you for working your ass off and setting yourself up and doing your damn thing. You're not just handed things. So
Ryan, man, 2024 is going to be a huge year. And, let's just say that we're really investing into the business and going to be, you hunt what you kill. I'm out for everything, man.
Good, bro.
So it's going to be a fun year for sure.
Keep that shit up, dude. You're going to kill it, dude.
Yeah, man.
You're killing it. The phones, and my number. So,
how long are you going to give yourself? Like, what's like the trial period?
I don't know yet. So it's a weird thing. So here's my issue. My thought process is, I started listening to the audiobook Digital Minimalism.
Okay.
And for anybody that's interested in picking that up, I advise everybody does. It's kind of, a lot of it. We hear these things and we know these things. You know when you're addicted to something. You know when something takes over your life. You have an understanding, but you keep doing it because it makes you feel good for whatever it is. Or sometimes it makes you feel bad, but you're so hooked in that you don't stop. So the book is called Digital Minimalism by Cal Newport. And it's very interesting how he outlines everything from addiction to how we're so and we don't even realize it. Like we realize it, but we don't.
Mm-hmm.
When I wake up, when I wake up in the morning, the second that I wake up, I'd put an audiobook on, or I'd put a podcast on, or I put a YouTube video on, or I put the TV on in the background.
And now it's almost as if like everybody does that, and it just feels so accepted and normal.
Exactly.
When really it's like, no.
Really, it's like, yo, you just woke up.
Yeah.
Like, let's ease into the day. Let's get started. Let's brush our teeth.
Whether it's like Joe Rogan, David Goggins, it's like,
it doesn't matter. Anything.
Yeah. No, trust me, I'm on the same stance as you with this.
Or you put music on. Okay, so let's just say you get up, you put music on. Then we walk the dog, and while we walk the dog, we have things playing. Then we get back to the house, you put let's say ESPN on in the background.
Yep.
And that's going in the background. Then you start getting calls. Then you start getting texts. Then you're getting DMs from all your friends on social media. Exactly. You're getting DMs from all your friends on social media about memes. And you post a picture because, I got to keep my account up to date. And you post a picture and, I'm going to be on Nick's podcast later. Let me post that.
Yep.
And you post that. And then I reshare it. And then people are messaging me and this and that. And then the thing is still playing in the background. Then I get to the office. Now I'm editing and I'm in front of a computer. Now I have something on in the background for that. I have music or something to just have noise and this and that. We are constantly going on. I actually had it written down. I just want to make sure I covered all of them. Phone calls, emails, social media, audiobooks, podcasts, music, streaming services, video games, games on your phone, fucking dating apps. The shit is just dinging all day.
Yeah.
And you don't you realize it, but you don't. And then that's not even taking into account when we're just doom scrolling and we're just going through reel to reel to reel to reel to reel.
TikTok is the king of that.
and everybody else started. And then you have Facebook, you have Instagram Reels, you have TikToks, you have YouTube Shorts, you have all these different services, and our fucking attention span's getting shot. And we're wondering why do I have a headache? Like, why am I so drained? I slept. You didn't ever give yourself a chance to chill. Like, I've been an only child my whole life. I've never had a sibling. So
thanks for clarifying that.
I got you. Anytime y'all need something broken down, you got the kid right here.
I'm being a little fresh right now. Sorry.
No, I love it. You have to be. It's a podcast. We're here for fun. So I've always had to self-entertain before there were electronics. So when I was little, I used to sit in my room and my mom has videos of me in home movies. I just sit in my room in the corner with my back to the door and me facing the corner. And I had 2 big bookshelves, and I would just sit there and read my books, just hang out, flipping through, just hanging out.
And now doing that today with people's kids that probably have like iPads or something along those lines by the time they're like 6 or 7. Because like, oh, if they're capable of being able to use this and it can keep them distracted and occupied, the parents are going to be like, oh yeah, let me just get this for them because it'll make my life easier.
No,
and, okay, it's like the kids go to school and they're occupied.
In theory, that's technically what what a lot of people, speaking relatively, they would feel. But it's actually making your life harder now because you're creating this monster that we're all experiencing now at the infancy level. So now you're seeing this monster get developed, and you're getting these I always say it, these cocomelon babies, these fucking babies that have the attention spans that are just like this long. And the second they don't have a screen in front of them, they scream, they cry, they tantrum. And it's like, holy shit. And parents just go, oh my God, just take the fucking iPad. And then the baby shuts up.
Yep.
And you're feeding the monster. And the monster's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. We're living in a very interesting world. One of the quotes that sticks out in my mind from the audiobook was that the new tobacco farmers and dealers are just the entrepreneurs in Silicon Valley with T-shirts on now, because they're giving you this addictive substance.
Oh, okay. I follow now.
Dude, the algorithms are based off of casinos. That's what they're based off of. You'll refresh your photo a couple times. Like, we've all done it, bro. I post a photo and I sit there and I refresh it a couple times. I'm like, oh, no one's liking it. That's weird. And then all of a sudden you get like 5 likes. You go, oh, they hold that shit back. They hold it back to give you trickle drops of dopamine.
Oh, that's so fucked.
So then you go, oh shit, it's like a slot. It's like a roulette machine. It's a fucking slot machine. You go, oh shit, I just got another like.
That is ridiculous to think about, man.
It's really bad, man. And it's even deeper than we even know about.
And it's one of those things where it's like, I have no problem with like, okay, I made a post earlier today. First, like maybe like 5-10 minutes I had downtime at work. That's all I was doing. I was like, okay, it's like, let me see who's like, actively looking at this. And you're always going to have the people that always support you and, like your posts and interact and stuff like that. But that is a whole new level of fucked up.
It's bad. And then there was another guy, I posted him on my story today. He broke it down crazy, dude. He was basically showing you the amount, if you were to live to 90, he showed the amount of months. I forget what the actual
of like
amount
being
was.
On your phone kind of thing?
Well, no. If you were to live to 90 years old, that's, just being generous, like at the statistics.
Right. Whatever like the life expectancy is now.
Yeah,
just
I think it's like
go with
80s or something like that, like the lower mid 80s. But anyway, he's like, if you were to live to 90, this is how many months you'd have. And he starts taking them away. But this is how many months this is how much time it would be after you spent driving. And this would be after food.
Oh, okay.
And then he said, 18-year-olds are on track and expected to waste and be behind the screens 93% of their free time, like for the amount of time that they're left on the earth after all the mandatory stuff's done, hygiene, cooking, driving, all the regular stuff.
Right,
93%. It's fucking insane. The statistics are just mind-boggling, and do you hear my elbow? Dude, that's my elbow.
I got wide-eyed. You'll probably catch that on there. I was like, wait a second, that was your
It doesn't hurt.
elbow.
It's just loud.
But even still, dude.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to get new elbows. That's okay.
Give you like deer antler or some shit like
That's
that.
cool, man. Just give me something. So anyway, and I'm itchy because I haven't gotten shaved, and my little hairs keep poking my nose. So if you guys see me growing like this, I don't have boogies. I just have hairs on my nose my mustache that's hitting my nose.
It's also so crazy though, because like last part that I'll talk about with that, and then we can circle because I know you have stuff that you want to talk about.
This is all part. It's all part of it, and it's
yeah.
all part of this. We haven't even gotten to that yet.
So LeBron James is one of my role models, right? When you're younger, your parents tend to give you people that you can look up to that have the hard work ethic that really just they do everything the right way. Mine, Tom Brady, Derek Jeter, and then basically I made myself a fan of LeBron James, so I've always looked at him. But one of the coolest things that I'll always give him credit for, Bronny, his son, who obviously now is like this huge superstar for USC and coming up in the basketball world. LeBron wants to play with him, yada, yada, yada. Didn't get an IG or like anything like that, social media related, till he was 16.
Yeah.
Growing up in this age where it's like, okay, obviously LeBron is one of the smartest people in the world business-wise. He understands the long-term, like what's really possible with him if he does everything a certain way. But being a 14, 15-year-old with like no social media is unheard of now.
Yep.
I can't even remember. It's like Instagram wasn't like even really like that big of a thing when we were coming up in high school. I think like maybe our junior, senior years when it really started to like actually come up. And okay, everybody had one. You were posting kind of thing, and it looked like archaic compared to what it is now. But everybody was on Facebook. Everybody was on Twitter.
Yeah.
Instagram didn't even matter.
Yeah.
Nobody was posting photos to Facebook.
It wasn't. Instagram started as a photo sharing app,
Yeah.
but it wasn't a photo sharing app of girls showing their fucking cleavage and their ass and dudes just being douches. It was and showing their fucking cleavage too. It was it was meant for photographers. Honestly, that's really what it was.
Almost like Visco.
Yeah, that's really what it started as. It started as
which is a whole set. Oh wait, didn't you and Ty have the conversation about Visco? Where
No,
it's like, what's the point of Visco?
It was me and it was me and Greg.
Okay.
Shout out Supwolf.
Right, Greg. Shout out fucking Supwolf. This guy is doing amazing things. I need to try the pink lemonade, by the way.
Greg and we were I was talking about how I don't understand how girls could have a private Instagram but have their Visco in their bio.
They're selective with what they want you to see.
It's the same shit.
But even Instagram is.
But they're posting the same shit on Visco. Why are you private?
I don't get it.
Stupid. Anyway, drives me nuts.
We'll literally be here all night if we start talking about that.
Oh, dude, don't get me started. Don't get me started. Everyone's listening right now. They're like, oh, don't get Nick started. So it's crazy when you start to see the statistics of just what actually goes into it. And it's a very tough mindset / subject for me because my business is social media.
Mm-hmm.
I get paid to create content for social media. Obviously, ad work too that has been on TV and published in magazines and whatnot.
I still see the ads that you had made with what's the person's name that you did the soccer shoot for Young LA. I still see those commercials popping up, man.
Ricky?
Yeah.
You still see Young LA?
I still see those ads. And I remember when you were talking to me about that, I remember I had followed him at the time because we were like mutual friends with somebody.
Ricky's the homie, yeah.
And it's still crazy to see those, dude.
Yeah, it's cool, man. That wasn't my favorite shoot. Not because of Ricky. It didn't turn out the way I thought it was going to.
Yeah.
But any other videographer, photographer, they'll say the same shit. They'll be like, not every shoot is going to be a golden one where you're just like, wow, this is just the most amazing shoot I've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be some average ones where you just go, I should have done this differently. Should have did this different. It was a good shoot. It had nothing to do with Ricky because we had done a shoot for Tier before Tier was Tier now. And it was a similar shoot to that. Style-wise, but the Young LA was after that.
And that was before Young LA really popped off.
Yeah, and the Tier one was, I love that one. That was my favorite. That was my favorite one.
It's so crazy because now you have like all these crazy companies that are competing with Gymshark and Alpha League. Those were like the two big behemoths. And now you have Young LA, you have Jed North, you have all these different companies. Mm-hmm. So
there's always going to be a lot of competition as barrier to entries are lower. That's why you see a ton of videographers, photographers.
Yeah. Everybody moving to Houston because there's opportunity to become content creators and get yourself seen by the most amount of people with those followings. I have one of my best friends, Johnny, who I just saw over the weekend. He moved to Houston.
Dude that does the ghost stuff?
Yeah.
I see him he pops up on my YouTube a lot. He pops up with his channel with a lot of stuff because sometimes I see a lot of the other video and photo creators and I'll shoot him a little like. I'll be like, oh, good shit, dude.
No, honestly, he makes some really cool stuff because now he's the personal photographer and videographer for one of my other friends, Alex, who's like one of the IFBB pros for Ghost.
Nice.
And he's going to be killing it this year too. He's on this big redemption tour and he's going to be coming for heads.
It's awesome.
So shout out Alex and shout out Johnny because
shout out the homies, man.
They also make some really funny stuff, man. And it's so funny because I literally saw them.
The creation game is tough.
I saw them over the weekend, and it's funny because I had both of them right in front of me. I was like, look, I see what you post, and I know that that's you, Alex, and I know what's you, Johnny. And I'm like, that was definitely not you. And it's just so funny because like I see Alex, and he's like, okay, bodybuilder, online coach. Johnny is the real creative brain. Not to say that Alex isn't creative, because he definitely is. He has his funny stuff, don't get me wrong. But Johnny is just like one of those people where he'll throw you ideas, and you'll be like, how are we going to make that work? And he'll just be like, watch me. Yeah. And he'll make the post, and it's like the amount of buzz that this kid gets. But again, circling back to the main point, he moved to Houston. He's originally from California, left his family, went to Houston, and he was trying to do a lot of stuff like Alpha Elite, and now he connected with Alex, and now he has the liberty to go wherever he wants and do whatever he wants to do. So, but now you have so many people that are doing that. The field
the barrier to entry is very low because realistically, they don't have to buy $5,000 lenses like I do. They don't have to. That's an artistic choice. I don't have to buy those lenses. I could save my money, stack my paper, and call it a day. But I like to reinvest. I've always been able, the ability to reinvest has always been big for me and get new gear that aligns with me.
Yeah.
I never wanted to have my work look like another videographer's. A lot of guys are cool with just like swagger jacking each other and jerking each other off and this and that. It's not that I didn't want to, progress in a certain style. I wanted my style.
Right.
I like the way I do.
Everybody has their own thing.
And I've gone back to that style now. I've gone back to more storytelling. I've gone back to more of that. That's what got me into this. Not the hype edits and all the fucking jerking off and shit. I can't do that stuff. I don't it's done too much. And then you got every videographer posting with the same trending audio and the same style of videos, whip pans up the fucking ass, burn transitions left and right. And it's like, guys, no one's different anymore. Be different. Stop fucking following all these trends. I know because you saw that this dude got 3 million views and this dude got 100,000 and this dude got 50 million views and an endorsement deal because of it. Dude, you didn't see the 900,000 other videos that were posted with that audio that got a view or 2 views.
It's funny because when I was really focusing a lot on the content creating and posting regularly, I was that guy that was looking for the trending audios. And it's so funny because content creators, by the way, I give you guys the most amount of credit out of like almost every other industry when it comes to this part of what we do. You, Johnny, Kev Carter, shout out Kev, who's also doing amazing things. But he had told me one day, you literally should just post what you want to post. And you need to enjoy what you post. The following and the views and everything else, that'll come as you gain your following and as people really start to, process and take in what you're posting and the meaning behind it and how cool it actually is.
Yeah.
So that's something that I've really been living by a lot. It's like
authenticity. That's really what it comes down to. It comes down to authenticity. It's like
authenticity remains undefeated. That was like one of the biggest things that they've stressed since day one. So.
You may get the views, you may not. But the whole thing is, and the whole point of it is, you're doing this for a reason, so do it. The same thing with the podcast. The podcast is growing. It's growing slow. It takes time. Do I want to be Joe Rogan right now? Without question. Would I love to have $100 million deal from Spotify and just do this for work? Without question.
People are going to be waking up in the morning playing you.
I appreciate that. I mean, listen, I have people that I'm blessed that I have people that tag me and they're friends and people that I don't know, like people that just want to support because they see me just doing it and they follow the journey from now. They weren't there for the episode 1.
Oh,
that's
God,
cool.
I remember that.
But you know what I'm saying? Like episode 1 on Rizzology, but there's also episode 1 on The Voice and Rizzles. There's also episode 1 on
with you and John, right? Yeah.
Dude, John and I had like 70 something episodes. Tyler and I had 11 episodes. This is episode 89 of Rizzology.
89.
So this is what I'm saying, man.
Great number.
So that's what I'm saying, dude. It's like the journey, you just got to do what the fuck you want to do. Like I don't allow these algorithms to bend me over a barrel and tell me what to do anymore. I'm not doing it anymore. Like they're gonna trickle feed likes to you. They're gonna keep you addicted. These things are going to do what they're designed to do. And one of the interesting things that one of the guys I was listening to spoke about was, what do you value your time at? $20 an hour, which I don't. I value mine a lot higher than that. I know you do as well.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, let's say it's $100 an hour.
Right.
Just say $100 an hour. Okay. How many hours are you spending doom scrolling on TikTok or Instagram? Wait, it gets when you start adding it up. How many hours are you doom scrolling on TikTok? Generously, just give me a figure. This isn't a judgment on you. This is just in general. What do you think?
Call it an hour. Just use
an hour. That's a lie, dude. Come on, an hour of doom scrolling.
Use easy numbers for everybody else, so that way you can kind of like drive your point. Okay,
let's do 2. 2 hours.
2 hours.
All right, so let's say 2 hours times 30 days in a month.
Right.
Times 100. Technically, you're spending $6,000
That's
to
horrifying.
use an app that's quote unquote free.
That is horrifying to actually see and realize.
2 hours.
Yeah.
That's low.
Which, by the way, I am not big on TikTok. I'm going to be fully transparent on this. Okay, anything.
It does not matter. Any social site. It does not matter.
All right, fine, too.
That's what I'm saying. So think about it.
Which might even still be a little low.
And you and I
sometimes.
definitely value our time at higher than $100. So let's just put it there.
Yeah.
So you're spending all your time, your free time, or at least 2 hours of it, which is a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Think about people that say constantly, "I don't have enough time to go to the gym." Dog, 2 hours?
Yeah.
You go to OG for an hour and you got a fucking killer workout in. I go to jiu-jitsu right after, I get another fucking killer workout in. That's 2 hours done. Double killer workouts. I'm toast.
Mm-hmm.
I worked out. I've expended all of my energy, and that was the time.
Yeah.
That I was just sitting on the couch doing nothing,
It's so funny.
not gaining anything. Like maybe you gain some knowledge,
Right.
but generally it's a lot of just bullshit. videos.
It's just like entertaining you
It's a lot of
short term.
sensationalism.
Right.
It's a lot of politics. It's a lot of this.
Anything instant gratification in the
Exactly.
moment.
Anything that's going to get you riled up, and that's what they want.
They keep you on it.
Stay on the app.
Right.
They don't want you leaving. They don't want you to leave. That's why if you don't turn the fucking certain notifications off, you get,
Yep.
hey,
Don't
your
let it
friend
track
just posted
anything.
this, or blah, blah, blah. And then you start, I really want an air fryer. And then they start showing you reviews of air fryers. They are always listening. They are smart devices. They know what they're doing. And they're trickle feeding the morphine to the junkies. That's what's going on. And it's fucking insane when you start looking at it from an outside
Horrifying.
perspective. So let me get on this real quick, because I know we keep deviating. So my thought process has been, I used to work at Apple a long time ago. I used to work at Apple. I've always been
Forgot about that.
I've always been an Apple fan. I've always been an iPhone guy. I really have. When I left Apple in 2013, I left for a year and then I came back to them after I graduated college. I bought an Android phone. I bought a Samsung Galaxy S5. And let me tell you, I love that phone. That phone was so awesome.
You and your green fucking messages. You're one of those people.
This is before Green Bubbles. This is like right
before
around
green bubbles.
2013, 2012. They had not, they
iMessaging wasn't a thing yet?
I don't think they started it yet. I think it was like 2014 that started becoming real, like a big thing.
There is one person that I actually still somewhat talk to on a regular basis that has an Android or a Samsung or whatever the hell it is, but it comes through green. Still triggers me.
And you know what? This is only a U.S. problem. They don't have this problem internationally. You look at reviews or comments of videos of people internationally that hear the green versus blue bubble thing. They go, "What the fuck are you guys talking about? We don't even use iMessage overseas. We use WhatsApp."
Yeah, I forgot about that too.
They use
Yeah.
WhatsApp. They use Telegram. They don't use iMessage. So it's primarily a U.S. thing. I think for me, more so it's interrupting for me is the lack of FaceTime, because I do FaceTime a lot and I FaceTime audio a lot. So I missed my Android phone, truthfully. There's more customization. The keyboard is better. It's more enjoyable to type on that.
On this.
Way more. I'll let you do it too. It's way more enjoyable to type.
Not for nothing, by the way. This is giving you old school, like
I had that on
we're
my-
like 35 or 40 years old.
Dog, I had that
flipping
on my
this to your pants.
Dog, I had that on my belt all day today.
I
looking
saw
like a
you as we walked
contractor.
up here, and I just didn't say anything. I was
Looking
like, wait
like
a second.
Contractor.
You're like a 50 or 55-year-old uncle going to like some sort of family party.
Yeah.
Where it's like, yeah, you have like the beeper on your belt kind of thing. And it's like, yeah, he's just like unclipping it. He tries to be like slick. Oh, would you stop?
How awesome is that? It's so good. It's so awesome. So
It doesn't take much from you nowadays, huh?
no, it doesn't take much to make me happy. I mostly just go to jiu-jitsu. I go to OG and I work on videos, and that's pretty much it. So I missed my Android phone. There's a lot of things that Android does, especially the always on display and the under screen thumbprint scanner.
Okay.
Is fucking gangster. So there you go. Phone's unlocked. You can customize the phone any way you want. I mean, it's a much snappier experience than iOS.
Right. It's really
Truthfully,
it's responsive.
It really is responsive. They also do notifications much better as well, because I can look at notifications and answer them right here.
Oh,
as
okay.
opposed to having to do it all through there.
It's
So
funny because
there's a
now
lot of
it's like-
benefits.
it looks so similar to this in some ways, though. Where
It
it's
does.
like, okay, like just visually looking at that for the 5 seconds that I've been looking at it,
Yep.
it looks somewhat
It does.
normal.
I mean, if you scroll, I mean, it's you probably don't even know where to go on that thing.
Honestly,
you can
I wouldn't know
swipe
where to
up
begin.
from the bottom. You can get your apps.
That's the apps. Okay.
I mean, there's a lot of things that
Like anything else, though. It's
The
like,
cool thing is it also has a permanent back button for everything. So every app, that's the back button.
oh,
So every app has a universal back button instead of like, do I swipe on this one? Do I hit the top? Like, there's no uniformity for that on iOS.
right.
But anyway,
It'll be like anything else where it's
Anyway.
like, it took me so long even just to get used to like the facial ID. I had the phone that you still use the thumbprint
you had
for
the iPhone
the longest
SE,
time.
or the
Yeah.
little mini.
I had, oh my God, don't,
I remember
okay.
the mini. We did the shoot on the bridge. Remember in Roslyn? We did a shoot on the bridge.
I'm going to get so much shit for this, but
I love the mini. That was gangster, bro.
I loved the mini until I got shat on it royally
And you're
by the
allowing
ghost
people. And you're allowing people to tell you how to feel and do.
But at the same time, it's like, okay, literally. So, okay, quick story because I don't want to keep,
No, it's okay.
we keep getting off
No,
topic.
dude, that's the podcast. I don't care.
But at the same time, so I was on like one of like my first ghost trips ever. I signed with the company it's coming up on 3 years, which is fucking insane. September of 2021. They signed me on my birthday, which is also a really cool detail. So shout out to Mario and the whole team. We went to a ghost event. It was at Alpha Land. It was in Houston. We were all going to the team dinners. I have no idea. I really don't know anybody yet. I know who everybody is just because you connect with people on social media. You want to have an idea of who you're going to be with when you go to these trips and like what they're about kind of thing. We're all at dinner. And one of the other girls, Britt, who is like up in the company of ghosts as well. She does like other things. She's not just like an athlete or anything like that, even though she has a big following herself. We're all sitting at dinner and I'm like, typing on my phone, whatever. She's like, Silly, because everybody will call me like Silly because of my IG name when I go on these trips. It's like, is that your phone? I was like, yeah. She's like, literally, she puts my phone down and she puts her phone. This actually works out perfectly. So like, look how much bigger the Android is compared to the iPhone.
Yeah, but
that is us at dinner. But she's like, literally just like,
but that's the
how does it feel?
Well,
I'm like,
it's the same.
I need to get rid of this fucking phone.
Well, look, it's the same as that's the 15 Pro Max, and then they're basically the same.
But now it's like all these are like somewhat closely related to the size. Yeah. I had a mini compared to her phone, which was like the Max or whatever the hell it was at the time. And she literally was just like, how does it feel? And I was like, I don't know, but I don't feel good.
Yeah, I don't feel,
it definitely doesn't feel good.
I don't feel confident about this.
So now there's a running joke between me, her, and Mario where, it's like, it's like, how's the iPhone mini? If I ever take like a photo or a video where it's like potato quality, it's like, oh yeah, you switch back to the mini. I'm like, just leave me alone.
I'll tell you what, man, I was nervous about the cameras because the cameras, they talk a lot of shit about Android cameras because they're either hit or miss.
I thought they were better.
Yeah.
Or the Samsungs are the ones that are really good.
This is the Samsung. So I'll tell you what, man, I have found that it gives me much more realistic photos than my iPhone. Realistic. So like the colors are more natural.
Okay.
Like when you look, that's what my apartment looks like. That's exactly what it looks like.
Good looking pup.
He's like, yeah, that's the homie right there.
The most photogenic dog. I swear.
Really is.
Outside of my dog Kobe, I'm always gonna be biased.
But
you
have to be.
Oh yeah. It's like literally. It's like I'm surprised that he hasn't made my wallpaper yet.
Nah,
it's
that's your baby, man.
Those photos that I post of him legitimately get like the most reaction out of anything. Like our video that we did a couple of years ago for like one of my preps and one of the ghost projects.
Yeah.
That got a lot of buzz.
That was fun.
Kobe supersedes that. Yeah. And how much time and money did we put into that? I don't even want to get into it.
Yeah.
I've had simple picture of a dog.
I've had people start telling me to do the ASMR with him eating on camera because he eats raw. I was like,
Carl does that with his dog too. It's like he'll literally put duck heads into the bowl, and he's done like timer things lately where it's like, okay, football's over, so we all have to bet on something. Sorry to all the girls that now I'm giving your guys more reasons to bet, and we got to replace football somehow, right?
You're betting how long it's gonna take him to eat the bowl?
Yeah, literally, it's like okay, it's like sub 30 seconds, between 30 seconds and 2 minutes, over 2 minutes, and it was actually so funny because I was like, this is kind of cool.
It's actually fun. It's actually different.
But it's Storm, who, for everybody that doesn't know Storm, he actually even has his own Instagram.
He's a Cane Corso, right?
He's a huge ass Cane Corso.
Yeah.
Literally, it's funny because like the same way that Ty has grown up with Kenji, I have grown up with Storm, and I literally will bully this dog. People will come up to this dog and be like scared shitless. I'm like, okay, Storm, like I will like shove this dog. I will like pick him up by his hind legs. I'll do whatever I want to the dog, and I don't have to worry about it.
You're part of the pack, man. Yeah. That was dude. Cane Corsos are one of the only other dogs. There's a shorter list that have a stronger bite than Akitas.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So Cane Corsos, the Turkish Kangal, that crazy mountain dog. That
there's one of them.
Fucking lions.
There's one of those in my building.
Crazy.
It's like literally like just the biggest goofball.
Yeah, Cane Corsos are dope, man. I was looking at them before I got an Akita, and I just it looked like a giant version of my last dog. So I said, you know what, I want the Akita. And he's been great, man. Stressed me the fuck out, but he's been amazing.
Because he's your kid.
He is my kid. So my thought process on this has been, because everyone's got that number, back to the phones.
Right. For the fifth fucking time.
That's okay. This is what it is, man. I don't fight it. I accept.
I think it's gonna be good for you. I think you're honestly gonna like it.
I don't know if I'm gonna return it or not yet, because this is what I'm battling with. I'm battling with the bringing two phones with me. Because everyone's got that number, and all day, bro, it's nonstop. People ask me for advice on Instagram, people hitting me up, companies.
Availability.
Just, it's a lot, man. And not that I didn't think it was going to be like this when I started my company, because obviously you're an entrepreneur, but there really is no balance. Because even if I put this on Do Not Disturb, the issue is there's no profiles. Like Android has profiles. So you can have a work profile
Right.
and a personal profile.
Oh, I didn't think
So
about that.
every time you put your personal profile off, all the business apps shut off and you don't get any notifications. They don't even pop up.
If you want, one of the things that you could do though is, so for your Apple phone, you can set certain times that if you really want to still be connected to that and you have only this on you, you forward the calls from this number to this number, and then all you got to do is shut it off when you're done. So like in the morning, say you're working from your house as an example, and all you need to do is, okay, you activate that phone and you could still be on that one, but God forbid you know that somebody's going to call and you are like, okay, it's kind of done for the day, like maybe 7, 8 o'clock. You put on the forwarding until that's done, and you can still only have to carry this phone.
Yeah. I mean,
And
listen,
they'll only still have that number. I do that for work too
There's a
because
lot of
I'm remote
benefits.
sometimes.
there's a lot of benefits to doing stuff like that. And I think, the big thing for me is there's no social media on this. The only thing that's on
Keep it
this,
that way.
that's exactly why. The only thing that's on this is Reddit. Because I like,
All things.
I like viewing the forums. There's
Does Reddit sell a thing?
oh fuck yeah, dude!
I was never a big Reddit guy.
I love
Really.
Reddit. Don't get involved with it because you will dive down a crazy rabbit hole. Because there's a
That's another hour of screen time a day that I don't
dude.
need.
There is a forum for everything.
I don't need it. Nope.
And truthfully, I like
I'm
it
out.
because there's a cinematography forum, there's Android forums and stuff like that. So you learn. And there's people have issues with a phone or people have issues with XYZ, and you learn about things, and it's a way for people to connect and ask questions from one another. That's why I like it.
Okay.
So that's the only piece of social media, if you want to consider it that, because it is. That's the only piece of social media that's on here. Other than that, the only other person that has this number is my mom right now. So the issue is she was talking to me before. She's just like, I don't know if this is a good thing, Nick, because I don't know what to call you on. Call you on this, call you on that. You FaceTime on this. You don't get on FaceTime on that, this and that. But then at the same time, when I went to jiu-jitsu before, it's nice that I just bring this in if I need to make a call.
Right, and you're done.
Make a call. My issue is, and maybe you're the same way, even though I may put it on Do Not Disturb, and I may not get the notification per se, if I swipe down, the notifications are still there. And if I see it,
Oh, it'll be like under this gray do not disturb thing.
if I see it, I'm
You're gonna click
think
on it.
about
Yep.
And then that's it. Once I'm thinking about it, from like reading a message from a client or something that I have to do, or it's on my mind.
Right.
There's nothing that I can do to get it out of my mind. So now it defeated the purpose. But if this phone is gone for the rest of the night and I just have this and I'm able to be on my phone, but message the people that I need to message, go to the sites I need to go to, and there's no work email, there's no work calendar on here. It's just me. My thought process is that's good.
Right.
But at what cost now?
I see what you're saying. It's almost,
$50 a month for the price of the phone because I financed it because Best Buy, no interest, whatever.
but then it's also you have the guarantee. Like, okay, you have that policy where you can return it if you don't really like it in 30 days or something like that.
Yeah, I think I have like 15 days. So I've only had it for a couple of days. So I'm deciding, and I have Google Fi service because Google Fi is like $50 or $60 a month, and it basically hijacks T-Mobile
Okay.
cell. I gotta be honest with you, it's been great. It's been spot on. So I don't know. I'm still 50-50 on it.
Yeah,
And
I think
I really just want to have a balance of, I want to be go Nick, and I want to be entrepreneur Nick, and I want to be accessible to everybody and have my brain in the right place. But at the cost of what's going on now, it's too much.
Yeah.
I get too many messages all fucking day and all night that it drains you on top of everything else that you have to do in a day.
Yeah, I don't think, and look, truth be told, I think that this is going to work for you just because I know you and I know how much shit you deal with on a regular basis, how many people, you're probably like one of like the most social people that I know in regards to how many touch points you make in a day. But for me, it's like, okay, it's like I said, I have my work phone that's forwarded to this, right? The biggest thing is that I've actually been using Do Not Disturb more than I have ever been using it, and it's actually been working. But also the Do Not Disturb, you can pick who you would want to still be able to send messages.
My mom comes through.
Right now,
My mom's the only one that comes through.
the only person that the messages will go through right now,
Pop Dukes?
not even him. No.
Really?
No, sorry, Dad. Fuck off. No.
Damn, son. Oh my God, fucking dad just got kicked out.
No, because it comes to like, okay.
Wait, somebody rewind the tape. My dad's my best friend. Fuck you, Dad. I ain't letting you through my Do Not Disturb.
So the only person that the messages will go through.
Dad is technically work, so.
Yeah, dad is work where it's like, okay, it's like he knows that like.
Sorry, I keep cutting you off, but dad is technically work, so I get it.
So, and it'll pop up. But the only person's notifications who go through for me right now are Liz's.
Shout out, Alyssa. What up? Chill out, beast mode.
Love this girl. Honestly.
Let me catch up with the lats. It's crazy. I'm trying to get that turtle shell.
Dude, weighted pull-ups.
Got it. Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We're going to try to get her sponsored by Gymshark. I'm going to become her agent.
I gotta use it for a rain shoot. That'd be cool.
Honestly, dude.
Yeah.
One of the most like model-esque girls you could find.
use
And I'm not just saying that.
I'll use it for a storm shoot or something. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, because
I'm always looking, dude. I'm always looking for people that want to do shit.
There you go.
Yeah, that'd be.
But her notifications are the only ones that go through. But also, she knows what I go through on a daily basis. She knows what my days look like. And it has been so nice to just have like, okay, I throw it on Do Not Disturb. If she really needs me, she'll call me or she'll text me and she'll be like, hey, like, I need you right now.
She's also a business professional.
Oh, no.
That's also good that she aligns with you in that sense, too.
She totally gets it. It's one of those things to where it's like when you talk to somebody, you try to see where you're similar and where, okay, what maybe like the hurdles are going to be. Just like, when you talk to anybody. But for her and I, we've been so similar because she's also go, go, go as well. There's days where it's like I might not hear from her until 5 o'clock, not because she's ignoring me, but because she has so many things that she's doing. She runs her own team. She's like a legit boss at her job. So, but she also knows, and it's also the same thing for me, where it's like, do not disturb, but like my notifications will go through, hey, I need you. Okay, what's up? Like, talk to me. Yeah. Okay, I got to go back to doing this now. So that's honestly been like the biggest feature for me.
Yeah.
And it's been working out so well, especially with the studying now, because now I'm going to be diving into even more certifications after this one that I have coming up. And it's been the biggest game. My screen time has gone down so much. Like my friends have been saying, oh, like I bet, honestly, I haven't looked at it in a couple of days. It probably is even less because I was away and I was at the Ghost event. So, but point being is because I've been studying so much and I've had my phone on Do Not Disturb. I feel like a dick too because on social media there's a lot of people that'll ask me about ghosts and they'll do this, they'll do that. They know that I can reach Joe if I message him on like IG, they'll DM me, and I won't answer the DMs until like a day or 2 days later. I'll be like, whoops, sorry.
Happens, man.
Honestly, it's like I feel bad, but I also don't.
But at the same time, like in your perspective, that's not your moneymaker. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not your main job.
Mm-hmm.
Your main job is your wealth management and all that stuff. So you can't neglect those clients when it's a 9 to 5, or whatever your hours are.
Why is it not popping up right now? Screen time.
Don't fucking lie to me.
No,
how many pickups do you have? That's what I want to know. My pickups are crazy.
How do you even go to it? So I have
slide down.
Let me see.
What is this?
I literally just clicked on screen time.
No, it's not how you do it, Joseph.
This is why I'm talking to the former Apple expert.
Accessibility. What are we doing in there? What do you got? Hearing aid?
No.
Shout out Beethoven. That's my boy. I wish I.
Beethoven got a shout out on this podcast. Where the fuck have we gone, man?
No, that's my boy Tommy that was on a couple episodes ago. His nickname is Beethoven Grapples because he's a deaf. He's got a hearing impairment. He's deaf and he fights.
Did he get like knocked upside the head and now he can't hear out of the ear?
No,
what?
he was just born that way.
Oh,
you jerk.
Sorry, Beethoven.
I'm sorry, Beethoven.
Whoops. Great name.
Wow. Daily average. You're up 6% from last week. 7% from last week. Almost 7 hours of daily average time.
7 hours, which is crazy because I feel like I've been on it so much less. But also,
that's for the week.
You got to keep it relative because I use it for work, though. Like I'm always on my phone for work.
Holy shit, Joe.
What?
How long do you think you've been on Instagram today?
Because I told you, how many times was I scrolling when I had the downtime and I'm like, okay, like who's liking. Go ahead, bless it.
2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you were on YouTube for an hour and a half. Do you pay for premium?
No.
Okay, so then that means you were sitting there with the screen open too. You're
ads.
Fucking wild.
I'm literally just like a money machine for these ads at this point.
Pickup.
But also, when I'm driving,
you've had 145 pickups from your phone.
Pickups? What do you mean?
Meaning you picked it up and turned it on. And your first pickup,
that was a metric.
Your first pickup was 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah, because when I got up to work up this morning, it's like my alarm clock.
Yep. Yeah, that's wild, man.
So relatively speaking, it's like, okay, you got to keep in mind, I use this for work too. Like, okay, the calls are forwarded to this phone, and I always have my AirPods on because I'm hands-free at work,
get rid of
typing
your
whatever.
AirPods. Have you seen the shit with how much radiation they emit?
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, please get rid of those. Just get either wired or over. I mean, it's still wireless, but over ear, so it's not connecting.
Oh, like a Beats?
It's not connecting through the soft tissue of your brain.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah,
okay, but I know what you're talking about.
I mean, listen, I'm no saint today either. I've really been off.
Crazy because I live off of my AirPods at work.
I've only been on Instagram for an hour today, which honestly, maybe 30 minutes of it was me finding music for a video.
It was like you made a post kind of thing, or I didn't even see if you posted today.
I mean, look, those are my numbers for today. Look how low. I mean,
wow,
that's pretty good.
Unreal.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And then maps. I was navigating out to Yaphank.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I'm also such a
messages. I was
sucker
on
with-
messages for an hour.
Yeah, I'm also that
Total.
person though, where it's like I'll listen to YouTube videos, whether it's like ESPN or I'll just be like listening to like news highlights and stuff like that while I'm driving too. So that definitely doesn't help either.
Yeah.
But
My first pickup was at 5:44 a.m.
Mm.
Yeah. And
would have been early if you came to OG this morning.
it would have been, but I couldn't get in. Did they put out the next schedule already? They did.
Yes, they
right?
did,
Oh,
yeah.
I'm so fucked. I got another month of just getting fist fucked.
Do I need like literally? So it's like a thing where it's like my friends and I will all let each other know when the schedule drops.
Yeah, Tyler never lets me know. He's a dick.
Okay, so now it's like because I let other people know, I'll let you know too.
Just let me know, please.
Okay.
Just let
See,
me know.
thank you later.
Yes, because I'm gonna be locked out of all the 6:15 classes now, and it's just gonna be either 8.
Shout out for all the people that triple book.
Yeah, for sure. And then the 8:45 class is just fucking weird. The people in the 10 class, I'm good on. I'm just like, it's not. I don't vibe. I don't vibe with the people in 10 class. I look around, I go, who are these people?
I don't want to be there so late. I don't want to be at the gym until
10
11
to
o'clock.
11?
Or it's like, especially like, maybe a quarter after 11 if you're trying to like catch up with people you haven't seen.
I don't
Like
wanna do-
Sunday morning,
you see
8
me, I skedaddle out.
you're out.
I'm out, man. I'm out. Unless you ask me to take
Unless
a picture,
I drag you to take a photo. Yeah.
I'm out, dude.
Dude, prep. I was like every single time I saw you, dude, progress picture time. We're good.
I'm out, man. I jump in the car. It's tough because 6:45. The 6:15, if I'm not out the door by 7:30, 7:15, 7:20, it takes me 40 minutes to get home.
Didn't think
All
about
the way
that
up to
because you're also.
Huntington.
It's like
and then
it's a,
he needs his pill at 8 a.m.
oh
So it's like I gotta get home right there, and then he wants to get walked, and I'm just like, oh my.
right. I'm like that one person that's blessed because I live legitimately 2 seconds away from the gym. So it's like I'll wake up at 5:45 and I'm there at 6:15 kind of thing.
That's nice. I would like to do some 7:30 a.m. classes, but I don't even know who goes to the 7:30. I've never done one because he needs his pill at 8.
It's one of those things though where it's like, if I'm going into the office and I'm the one that with the key that's opening the door kind of thing, I need to be there at 8:30 or 8:20.
Where's the office again?
It's in Plainview.
Oh, that's
So
right.
for me, it's not too far away, but at the same time, it's like, okay, it's like I definitely don't lollygag as much, especially on the days where it's like, okay, I know I need to go in, get my shit done, and then I need to go to a meeting kind of thing. Like if I'm going into the city, okay, taking care of stuff at the office and then bouncing kind of thing. But I still need to open up and make sure that everything's set when the rest of the staff comes in kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, because, sometimes it'll be my dad, it'll be one of the other guys that I work with, or sometimes it's me. But one of those, either which way, you got to be out. No,
You heard that?
it's the wind because this place is supposed to be so brand new, Nick.
Was that the wind?
the window is literally jumping because of the wind.
Was it really?
Yeah, it's been doing that this whole time. I just haven't told you.
Oh.
I'm not trying to shit on your new place because this place is fantastic.
Damn, that was the wind.
We were talking off air about how great this place
I
is.
appreciate you, man.
And if you didn't see what Nick's place looked like before this one, I am so happy to be able to say that I've seen the glow up.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
It's a
man.
glow
Literally
up.
like walking through it was like a minefield. You have like these big ass lantern lights and you can only condense things so much.
It's tough, man.
Where it's like, okay, it's like I literally would come into your office, like say like you were helping me out with like music for a show or we were like editing a shot kind of thing and I needed you for like 5 minutes. I walk in, I sit at that chair. I didn't move because God forbid I made one wrong move. It can knock one thing over and it's like a domino effect in that office.
Yeah.
Where like I was just scared that was going to cost like $3,000 a day.
So just think about that. This is the same table in
Yeah.
the room.
It's like $1,000 here, $1,000 there, $1,000 there. Fuck the rain.
Dude, it's a couple of scottles of just accumulation over the years.
Hey, earned it.
Yeah, man. You know what? You buy things you like, and fuck it, man. We could all die tomorrow, so you gotta have fun. And you gotta buy things that you enjoy, and I think that's the same thing with all the video stuff too. You gotta purchase things that not only help you craft the vision that you have for the style of videos that you want to do. That's why I bought those lenses now.
Mm-hmm.
Those lenses, they have that. So that's actually what I was telling you about before we cut the cameras on. Those lenses are normally $15,000 each. Those lenses, they took the glass out of the $15,000 lenses and put them in smaller form factors for people that run mirrorless cameras like me.
Got
So
it.
that's why. So they basically rehoused the glass. So that's why those Cook lenses are very synonymous for that, the Cook
Right,
look
Cook
and all
look,
that
yeah.
stuff. So I love those lenses. But listen, it's another thing that you have to get good at. They're
Mm-hmm.
all manual. There's no autofocus on them. You got to be okay with pulling focus and
Right.
understanding your focus throws on how shallow the depth of field is with the aperture and
But
whatnot.
when you know how to use those and you're good at it, you are fucking.
yeah,
you're
good
on
at
the
man.
money
You
with
know
it.
You know, and then
And you watch something and you'll see something and you'll just know that that's like you.
yeah,
Like even
but-
without like your wet mark on the bottom of the picture, sometimes you could just see that and know that that's a Nick shot. Like
And that's the
when you're
thing-
posting Taylor and you're doing all your shoots with him or Aiden or anybody,
Yeah.
you can tell that it's you.
And that's what I want to do, man. That's really what I want. it's tough to, and any creatives that are listening to this, I'm sure you've all had the same thought process. It's very tough when you see all the viral shit that goes on and to not want to copy everybody, because that's what we were saying before. It's like, have your own style, but then you see this person post and they're just like, everyone's jerking them off in the comments and you just go, oh, okay, well, maybe I'll try to shoot that same way too. It's like, you got to have your own fucking flow. You got to have your own style. Maybe
I can confidently say, by the way, that I have never done that for you. Like, I'll like your stuff, but if I comment on your thing, that's how you know that, like, I really am fucking with what you just posted. Where it was like, whether it was like a snippet from like the podcast or it was something that you just posted. Even with like, you getting the phone, I was huge on that. I was liking it. I was like saying, "Fuck yeah, dude!" Like, I was like genuinely invested in. Like, I really loved what you were doing.
That's also because you're a real one, man. You're what did Tyler and I call you? You're just a golden retriever, man. You're just a happy ass dude. Fucking guy. We go, what kind of dog would you be? He looks at us dead in the face. He goes, what are you, Doberman Pinscher? We're like, you're a fucking golden retriever, Joe. Shut the hell up.
I'm just a happy-go-lucky guy, man.
That's
it's like
you're not a German angry fucking dog.
I could never be like that.
You're
man.
like, hey man, let's hang out.
Even my college friends. There was this thing that was going around for a couple of years. Aside from me having 99 million nicknames because nobody knew how to pronounce my fucking last name. And if you're listening to this, you know exactly who you are when I'm saying that. But anyways.
Everyone knows it's Ciliberti.
Everybody's like, oh yeah, Kabibliary or some shit like that. And I literally went from Kabibliary to Kabibs. I drove a Dodge Caliber. It turned into the Kabibliber.
Wow.
That's one of my
rolling the bees now.
Oh my God, yeah. It literally was like, my friend that I'm talking about, Ed, he was one of the more creative ones. So it's like, just all the glory to him. But anyways, got sidetracked.
Where'd the bird come from? Silly bird.
Oh my God, man. It was one of those things where
just a silly bird.
It was Ciliberti, so it's like almost like a play off my last name.
Okay.
And it was one of those things that somebody in high school had said, like, like silly bird, tricks are for kids kind of thing. Like play off of like, like the Tricks Bunny kind of thing. And I was like, okay, you know what? If that's gonna become a thing, I'm just gonna roll with it.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things where, Rob, it was one of those things where he would call me, Burst or Silly Bird kind of thing. And I just used that as my handle. Yeah. And now it's just literally taking on a life of its own, man.
That was Nicky Rizzles, bro.
Dude, Rizzles, Silly Bird.
Nicky Rizzles, bro. I just got called it at a party.
Yeah.
My buddy was just like, yo, Nicky Rizzles. And I was like, what the fuck was that?
All of the best nicknames are the ones that you don't create yourself.
Yeah.
It's like the Big Bang episode where Howard, the astronaut, it's like, okay, it's like, yeah, he wanted to be called Rocket Man, but then he gets called Fruit Loops.
Oh, that was the fucking win.
Yeah.
Damn, bro.
Why would I lie to you?
I didn't think you were lying.
We're live on air. I'm not fucking lying to anybody right now. This is full transparency. Oh, my. Oh, dude, it's like I get to the point where like the window's just going to shatter and then we're going to have to pause the podcast.
I never paused the podcast. I turned the cameras around.
No clip.
No, we don't clip this shit. This is real, bro. We don't play that shit. I would turn.
I think we're not shy about what we're talking about.
Hell no. I would turn the cameras around. I'd jack the gain up, and I'd have us cleaning it up. That'd be part 2 of the episode. I'd release it as a second series.
Just like the wireless mics.
I did us French made outfits too. I'd order them from Amazon. I'd be like, come back tomorrow.
All right, I got to break it down to earth a little bit now.
No,
I'm not doing that.
You gonna do a French made outfit with me?
No.
We would look gorgeous.
I love you, but no.
Don't let Silver
I have to have some sort of a line
when
here,
Nick. No, he doesn't. When this episode is done and we cut this, he's gonna look at me and be like, "All right, when are you ordering the French maid outfit?"
I'm waiting for the Photoshop because if you don't do it, one of my other friends that's fucking listening is gonna put me on some French maid outfit.
Ghost guy, get it?
It's not even them. It's my fucking it's Rob, Tom, and Carl. We are like the kings of Photoshop.
Oh, that's right. They do put your face on.
Oh my God, dude, my face is on everything.
Yeah,
they made the photo that I posted of me doing the bear crawl from OG. That sticker is literally gonna come with me to my grave. It literally is like fucking Rob posted me doing high rocks. And it literally is like people. Oh my, we were dying.
They actually think that you were
people
there.
People thought that I competed in high rocks, and I'm posting that I'm in Miami. I was like, guys, like literally, there's a 45-minute gap between where I am saying that I am and where Rob is thinking that I'm in. So I don't know.
All right, so you draw the line of the French maid outfit.
Oh, gosh. Okay. I'm just gonna not talk about it and just hope that it falls on deaf ears kind of thing.
It's falling on deaf ears. Don't worry about it.
But what did you want to talk about? Because so I did this little thing where I had people submit topics for me as far as like what they would want us to talk about. And outside of the one that I had mentioned earlier where it's like bodybuilding being a glorified beauty pageant and you're starving yourself because you're trying to get somebody else's opinion of you, you're going to get a kick out of this. One of the other really good ones that I wanted to just get your 5 cents on real quick. How much money real influencers make?
How much money?
How much money is really in the influencer field?
A lot of money.
Where it's like, oh no, there is a lot of money, but I feel like it's only towards like that top percentile of the people doing it with like, okay, if you have real interaction, like people think that if you have like all these followers and it's going to mean that you're making money. I know people that have 40, 50,000 followers and That's not, it's like literally, it's like, no, but like you're interactive and stuff like that. Like you make money off of this. They have 40, 50,000 followers and are just posting for the sake of, like,
I'll make money on this.
they're trying to like, but you do this as your full-time job. They're literally doing this.
But I'm
as trying to
saying
supplement their full-time roles, and they're going to end up putting themselves into such a hole.
Yes, I'm saying that I do this in terms of, I don't do this in terms of like, I mean, I'm saying I do this in terms of the podcast stuff.
Right.
I don't get paid for the podcast. I don't have any sponsors. I don't have any money. There is no revenue that I make. I think YouTube has estimated that I've made $3 so far.
$3.
Yes, they only pay you out if you make $100. So I haven't made anything. Yes, I haven't made anything. So I think when you think about influencers as a whole and the money that there is to be made, I think there's a lot more people, you know, like I have 53,000 followers on TikTok. I haven't made $1 from any of that.
Mm-hmm.
Has any of those have any of those followers translated into YouTube followers where I really want the following? Probably not. I think that it's just we go back to attention spans and we go back to, you know, the quick clips and this and that. People see something they either agree with or they don't agree with. And most people don't have the self-control to just not comment on things that they don't agree with.
Right.
So, you know, there's a lot of times that Dre and I, we have said it multiple times, there's tons of shit that we scroll past because that we don't agree with, that we don't leave our 2 cents on. It's just that it doesn't do anything to just go, no, you're fucking wrong for thinking that.
Yep.
Who gives a fuck? I let people think what they want or let people talk about what they want to talk about. If you don't agree with it, go watch the clip in its entirety and then just continue your horrible attention span. But when you think about, let's say somebody has 100,000 followers, I don't think a majority of the people that have 100,000 followers are making money.
No.
I think it just has all to do with there are people probably that have less followers on the social status
They're going to be making more.
are making more money because
Like support codes or whatever the source is that they're going to be getting paid off of.
there are
Like,
probably people that have no Instagram or no social media that are influencers in some capacity or and whatnot that have their own following in their community or whatnot, and they leverage their affiliate codes.
Yeah.
There's a
We
lot
are
of different ways.
We are in the era of codes, and it is annoying.
I told my mom wanted me to do some of those, and I just said, yeah, I can't do it. I can't do it. First off, I only talk about things that I actually fuck with. I only recommend things that I actually think are quality products that I actually
That you use.
myself.
Thank you.
I'm not going to
Okay.
be somebody that's going to sit here and be like, yeah, this is the new ass hair curler. Like, oh, I use this every day. It's like, no.
The amount of times that I've
don't.
seen people in person that I follow online because, you know, like maybe like we've interacted in one way or the other.
Hair curler. That's
And
awesome.
what?
Ass hair curler. That's awesome.
Where did that even come from?
Don't know. My brain.
You're trying to sidetrack me again. I'm going to try my
I'm
hardest
not.
to
I'm
get
not.
sidetracked.
Don't just talk about it.
The amount of people that I've seen that will push a company online, but then I'll be hanging out with them at ghost events as an example, and they'll be like, oh, dude, like I take this all the time. I was like, wait a second. You work for XYZ company and you guys make a similar product. Oh, no, but you guys work way better. And all they're doing is like they're going online, they're pushing codes. And it's one of the best things that it was never like when I started to do like the whole influencer thing, and I call myself like a semi-professional influencer because it's not my full-time thing. I do it because it's fun and it opens me up to be able to travel and meet as many people as I want to be able to meet. And whatever comes off of that is just icing on the cake. The way that I've gone about doing this is I've made it so that way my money that is coming from extracurricular activities is never tied to a code. Ghost, I don't have a code. Hummus, I have a code, but I don't make actual money. I just love working for Tony and that whole team because I've been rocking with them for years now, and I saw the vision, and it was one of those things where there really wasn't that many meal prep companies on Long Island at the time. So seeing what he was doing and hearing about his story, I was like, I want to be a part of that. So I don't make money off of Hummus. I don't make money off of Ghost from codes. If people message me, it's because they just want my genuine opinion on something. Oh yeah, I take this for this reason. And, oh, okay, like, can I buy this to support you? I was like, no, there's no codes. Literally, it's like, I can give you discount codes for somebody else that'll save you money. Sure, it'll benefit whoever the code really belongs to, but it's not going in my pocket. And I think I've really just come to love that. Yeah. Because now people will know, oh, he's not just saying this because he wants a paycheck. I'm getting paid whether or not you take Ghost or not.
Yep. That's
the beauty of this.
That's like me with Rain.
Literally, it is the greatest thing.
I don't have any codes for Rain.
Peace of mind.
I tell people all the time, like people, oh, I want to buy a couple cases and that.
Yeah.
Go to Amazon. Go buy them on Amazon.
People will use my code at Hummus, and it's cool because at least like Tony and his team, they can see who's going in and who's actually who I'm referring, kind of thing. Which I'm always curious about that too. I want to see like how many people I'm bringing in, and it's also like I'm not putting out volume of content where I'm pushing ghosts or pushing hummus anymore. I kind of just like spur of the moment. I really enjoy it. Leanna with the muffins. I've been posting the muffins because I literally have been eating, when I buy them, it's one a day. At least the cornbread muffins, like the savory muffins, and the black and white one, which I still have to try. If I post it, it's because I'm genuinely doing it in the moment. I'm enjoying it. This is like my thing as of late, and I just want to share it with everybody. But I don't get paid whether or not you buy a muffin. And it's been the biggest blessing to me.
Yep.
Because every single time I have people, it's like, okay, I'll talk to them about having taking Ghost Greens as an example, because I used to have a lot of stomach problems, and it really fixed a lot of my stomach problems. My gut, it's reds, it's pre-probiotics. It has the whole spectrum of things that I wasn't taking. And ever since I incorporated it, it's fixed so much for me. And I'm not even just bullshitting. It literally helped. Like, I wasn't able to do a lying leg curl because I had so much stomach distress. And I was taking that as soon as it came out. I've incorporated it into all of my preps because you need help with digestion when you're eating the same shit over and over again. And it has been a game changer for me. So, but whether or not you buy it or not, I don't get any monetary incentive. I'm just telling you my personal use for it, my applications for whatever I'm taking. If you use it, great. If not, find something that is good for your body that you respond well to. My roommate doesn't do well with Ghost Greens. Okay, let's find you something else. But point being is you should take something along those lines. Like, I'm always going to preach health and wellness to everybody. Whether you use Ghost or not, okay, take greens for this reason. Take pre-probiotics for this reason. Take pre-workout if you're dragging ass all day from work and you need to go work out and you just don't have the energy and the buzz for it. Take a pump if you don't want that caffeine late at night because you want to still be able to sleep. Being able to use that without being tied to a code has been like the biggest blessing ever. I swear to God. If I really wish that more and more people in the industry would do something like that and just make like a set number, because it would make everything that you're saying, in my opinion, come off more authentic instead of it just being a push. And every single time they see me pushing Ghost, oh, use my code to help support me, because then you're begging. And it's been one of those things where there's one guy I'll never forget that is tied to Alpha Elite. And I'm not going to say the guy's name, but he had annoyed me to the point where I literally like shot him a message and called him out because he messaged me. He saw that I tagged Alpha Elite in the post, and because you can go and see who's tagged in what post now. And he reached out to me. He's like, hey, dude, I saw that you're buying the newest line. Hope you love it. I would love if you can use my code because right now I'm on a trial period. I'm like, are you kidding me? So I left it. I opened the message. It went to like the private folder, whatever, and I didn't read it. Then he goes to my friends. He literally is searching for like my followers that also commonly follow Alpha Elite, and he messaged him. He said, and my friend literally sent me a screenshot of it and showed it to me. He's like, dude, control your guy. Because I mutually follow the guy. He thinks that we're boys. I'm like, no. I literally messaged the guy. I was like, dude, I sent him the screenshot. I was like, this isn't it.
That would have been my fucking response.
Dude, I was like,
talk to your boy.
It gave me such a fucking headache. Like, you literally would have thought that, oh my God, I can't even explain in real time how I felt. I was just like so disgusted. I was like, there is no authenticity for some of these people.
In a lot of different industries. I'll tell you what.
But again, he's doing it for the money.
Oh, of course he's doing it for the money, but he's doing it even money, views. Just they can tell when you put a code in and you don't buy either. So like you can see those metrics as well. Like if
when you put a code in but don't buy, what do you mean?
So if you put a code into a website, there are metrics that they show where the cart dropped off.
So
yeah, that's why sometimes you'll get it. Hey, you forgot this in your cart. They know what code you were using to get what discount at that time.
Got it. I think about that.
Yeah. So I mean, they see that type of stuff, and whether people buy it or not, people checking the code to see how much they get off. That's headhunting shit. That's
right.
That's scrounging for sales, bro. People are so unauthentic nowadays, and they just they believe that they have to put these fake images up or be fake gurus or do whatever and just give people all this advice just to try to seem more than they actually are. I've said from day one with my podcast, I'm just a regular fucking guy. Regular guy that has a microphone, that has some really cool people that I get to talk to and hang out with. That's all this is. I have really great network, and you've known me for how many years?
Oh God.
Am I pretty much the exact same way?
Are we going on? We're over a decade? Before I went to UConn.
Yeah, dude. So 10 years.
Over a decade.
Yeah, bro. Yep.
Yeah.
10 years.
Oh, sub 5.
Come on, bro.
Sub 5. I was like, yeah, fuck your dad.
What do I still have? What do I have you in my phone as?
Do you still have me as silly?
Yeah. J. Crew.
J.
Crew Men's Physique. Joe Ciliberti. J. Crew Men's Physique. So I'm a fucking real one.
Dude. Oh my God! If people know about the J. Crew days, shout out Lisa, my cousin-in-law. That was my boss.
Mad shirts from.
She got me that gig, And that was like kind of like a little bit of like a humble brag moment for me because like yeah, I was like I tell people that I was a floor model. Then that was when I started to lose the weight because I was like you and I both have similar stories where we were like the short fat kids, and then I literally had my growth spurt, but I was also losing weight at the same time. So I was like the taller, like skinnier side, but I was also like the ideal person that they wanted to have in the front of the store. Yeah. So I would be like, okay, like I would always work the front of the store, cleaning up things.
I forget how we like started talking. I went in there for shirts. Well, I went in there for shirts, and I think you said something to me, and I was like, oh shit, you go to Bev's? Oh, yeah, that's dope, man. We started talking, and you said, oh, I think I want to compete, and blah blah blah. And I started giving you probably my spiel of, take your time,
careful.
Yeah,
right,
be careful.
Yeah. Just keep dreaming, kid. It's fine.
I've been doing.
But this is also when I was like 150 pounds. This was 50 pounds ago, and I'm just like, I was just like a kid with a dream.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
But you've also seen like the top of it, and you're just like, okay, it's like, yeah, just let him have his moment.
Yeah, just chill, man. Just have fun.
Just let the golden retriever be happy.
Yeah, just let the fucking dog. Just give him a biscuit. Just give him a bone. He'll run with it for a few. But on the subject of influencers, it's there's another podcast. I actually just had to block the dude. I feel bad.
Oh boy.
Actually,
we're gonna come back to why, but continue.
Actually, I can't even say I feel bad because I fucking don't. So I lied to everybody. I apologize about that unauthentic take. I don't feel bad. He has a podcast, a fight podcast, boxing podcast. Jamal was on it a couple of months ago.
Okay.
Nice guy. Nothing wrong with him. I know him through the grapevine of a couple of people through our network, and he started following me because he just started his podcast and whatever. Dude, he's the dude that will send you his post every time he puts a new post up.
Nope.
He will either tag you in it or send it to you so you click it and he gets another view. Dog, like you said, this ain't it.
Yeah.
You need to chill the fuck out. And I gave him some time to just, maybe he'll realize I'm not interacting with it and he'll just like stop. No.
Nope.
Every couple of days, he would send me the next post. I had to block him. I'm like, I can't do it, dude. I get enough fucking messages all day. I don't need them from you. I don't send my fucking post. Could you imagine if I sent you every clip that I put up of the podcast and I went, and I didn't even say anything. I just sent it to you with the expectation.
Just like you know what to do kind of thing.
With the expectation that you're going to go and like it, share it, comment on it. Dude, talk about just being unauthentic and licking your own jams. Dude, relax, bro. Let shit just happen. Either it's going to happen or it's not. Just let shit happen.
Yeah. It literally, it almost like ruins the surprise factor too.
Like, okay, it's like the whole vibe.
Yeah, honestly,
I don't want to support somebody like that.
It feels like a chore almost.
Yeah, I don't want to support somebody like that. Just do your own fucking thing. Do your thing. Be authentic. Have a good time. Have fun takes and whatnot, and show it. And for the people that I fuck with, like that, I look at I really don't consume a lot of content anymore. We go back to the minimalism type take. I'm really trying to be a content producer and not a consumer.
Got it.
I'm really trying to keep things, this is work for me. I have to stop looking at it like, oh, it's fun, and sit there and just do it. I can't watch all this. People ask me all the time, like, "Oh, did you see my story?" No, I didn't. I'm sorry. I didn't, and it's not because I muted you. It's not.
That's just like common.
I just didn't fucking watch it. I
that's
saw
like
your name.
It's like, oh, did you see like so and so story? I'm like, no,
I didn't. I didn't see it. Did you tag me in it? Like, do I know you? Like,
was I supposed to see it? Like, is it like like end of the world? Like, I should be seeing this kind of thing?
Yeah.
99% of the time, no.
And I have a guy. There's a guy that just has been hitting me up a couple of times. There's a lot of people, but there's a guy recently that's been hitting me up on and off. He's a very nice guy. He's like, oh, I'm starting to videos. He's in California, I think. He's like, yo, I'm starting to do videos. I really just some time to pick your brain and this and that. I'm just like, dude, I get this all the time, man. Podcast, video stuff. I said, I can give you 5 minutes. That's more than I can give you, bro.
And then whatever else you add on top of that is because you genuinely want to do it.
Anytime that and
you give him like the 5-minute elevator speech.
But I can't. You know what, man? It's like you have to be able to just separate church and state, home and state, whatever the saying is.
Yeah,
you have to be
church
and state. Okay, so I thought so. You have to be able to like separate things and just at some point just be like, yo, dude, it's like too much. It's too much. Too many messages. You gotta like. I didn't have anybody when I first started. I didn't have anybody to like
self-made
boost my. You know what?
Legitimately self-made.
I know, and I even feel weird saying that sometimes because like.
Because here's the thing, you don't like boosting yourself up, so it takes people like me to remind you of like where you started and like okay, so like you did Apple. and then you were doing a lot of like the videography and the pictures for like the houses out east.
I wasn't even doing that, dude. That was not what I was intended. I was a salesman, and I
Right.
just bought a camera and I started taking some.
You
photos.
started doing it,
And what they didn't realize at the time, which they were the stupidest bunch of motherfuckers ever, what they didn't realize is that we have an in-house guy that's learning how to do, and he can run all of our social accounts, document every job across. Dude, they have jobs across the country in California, Florida.
did not realize that they were that.
Penthouses. Oh, dude, big, man. They're one of the biggest home automation integrators in the country.
Okay.
$40 million penthouses and homes in the Hamptons and this and that. I was just starting to do videos. I was like, yo, can I start shooting all your content and this and that? Because I wasn't making sales. They weren't allowing me to make sales. All the owners were taking all the top leads. The owners of the company were the owner, who my mom knew from high school, and his cousin. And then there was a bought-in partner that was like, getting all. So the three of them were not only the owners, they were the main salesmen.
Right.
So do you think they're going to give me the $40 million home?
Hell no.
No. They could give me the scraps. And then they're like, oh, by the way, Nick, you have a $6 million quota for the year. And
Right. It's like, okay,
it's
like go make your opportunity kid where you really don't even give him like any chance of really
I'm like,
succeeding.
okay. And they go, yeah, well, and if you talk to an architect or you talk to a builder, you talk to somebody that we already have in our system, it's a house account, so you really don't get commission on that. It's like, you guys have been around for 40 years.
It's like they're doing you from the start.
What the fuck are you talking about? You guys have talked to everybody.
But circling back to like you like being like the whole self-made Nikki Rizzles, Rizzology, everything else that you got going on right now, you just started doing that on a whim?
Dog, nobody told me to buy this mixer.
Right.
Nobody told me to buy this microphone.
So
nobody told me to buy those cameras.
You did all
Nobody
the work. You did all the work yourself. You picked up the camera, and then all of a sudden,
and you
it's
know
like,
what?
okay.
It's not even a matter of like looking for somebody that was gonna hand me the keys to the kingdom. It was literally just I had to figure it out.
Yeah.
That's what it was. That's really the point that I'm trying to make.
Exposure
And I know
by fire.
you're making. I had to figure it out.
Love that shit.
I had to do the research. I had to figure out, oh shit, like I bought a piece of equipment. Like, I spent $400 on that piece over there on my printer right now. I have to send.
What the hell is it?
It's a matte box. It's
A what?
It's a matte box. It fits on.
I'm gonna say it again. A what?
Like, you put filters in it.
Oh,
Like,
you should have led with that.
yeah.
Just killed off 20 seconds of the fucking podcast.
Shut the hell up, silly. Get the fuck out of my office. It clips onto this lens right here. This lens, I thought I was gonna buy multiple, like I bought of this lens, the new Cook lenses.
Got it.
I thought I was gonna buy multiple lenses of that Zeiss lens that's on here. It's a cinema lens as well.
Okay.
It's a 114 millimeter barrel. That matte box fits perfectly on there. The Cook lenses are 57 millimeters, so they're much smaller. That matte box doesn't fit on there, but they sell a donut adapter, which kind of like they call it the black hole, which is supposed to go over it, still doesn't fit. So I have to send it back now. I can't use that $400 matte box that I bought 2 years ago on my new expensive lenses. And no one taught me this. I have to figure all this shit out.
Right.
Like, it's just...
Trials, tribulations, and
Yeah.
thankfully I was like, you already have like a really great network from the people at Bevs. So it's like, okay, it's like
I'm very thankful for that network. That network
because when
is
you
what helped me
started
get
doing
it.
that, it wasn't like, okay, like hey, like Max or whoever it was, Sadiq maybe.
Shot Sadiq once for Under Armour.
I'm not even gonna get into Sadiq. That's a whole separate thing. But
Sadiq has told me, we're going to end it right here. Sadiq has told me multiple times, and he still may come on the podcast. He has told me multiple times when every time I would see him, I want to come on the podcast. And I'd just be like, hit me up. Like, I'm not going to sit here and beg anybody to come on the fucking show. I'm not going to sit. And that's not what I think that he was expecting. But there are some people that they'll ask me to come on the show, and I'll be like, okay, come through. Like, let me know when you're around. And they don't let me know. But then the next time they see me, they're like, yo, I really want to come on. I'm like, okay, let me know.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't like, I'm not Joe Rogan. I'm not, fucking come on the show. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to have good conversation and hang out. Like, that's all I want to do. So I just find it funny that like there are people that'll just be like, oh, okay, so make the time. Let me know when you're around. Okay. You never hear from them. Okay. All right.
let them have their moments. But oh my god, man. Sidetracked for the 9th time. Or
Yeah, dude,
10th time.
this is your first time. This is your first time podcasting in this environment with the Rizzles, with the kid, and this is what happens. You got to ask Tyler. Fucking and Panetti. Panetti and I used to go a million different areas. You get good at going back to to the thing. But you were saying self-made, self-taught,
So
trial by fire.
You were shooting with people like Max. I think like Max Charles was like one of like the coolest guys too that you guys have actually introduced me to. So, but you were shooting content for him when he was getting ready for the Arnold and he was getting ready for the Olympia. Oh yeah, like Nick, come like shoot me as like I'm getting ready. You're like 2, 3, 4 weeks out when he's looking like the most like freaking Superman. And okay, it's like, let me see what we can do. And then those shots were fucking insane. And also, I would be remiss if I did not bring this man up. George Peterson III, the Bull. Fucking love you, man. Miss you every single day.
Shouts to George. Shouts to Sean.
It's so funny too, and Sean too. But I didn't have look, I was really, really close with George. Between him and Justin, shout out Justin Miller too. One of like my favorite coaches that I've ever had the privilege of working with.
Justin, I gotta take a jab. Another one who's kept saying he wants to call the podcast and it just never shows up. Shouts to Justin. Come on the show, man. I ain't gonna bite you.
I fucking miss that man, dude. It's like I still look back at the pictures from that prep, and it was one of those things. It was also during the pandemic. So I was living in Queens with my ex at the time, and I was working remote. I would go
Both
to
of those statements sound horrible.
Oh yeah, no, trust me. It was
Oh shit.
those were crazy times.
Queens and an ex. I
Yeah.
hate Queens and I hate exes.
I am never going back. Never going back to Queens again. It's cool to be able to say that you lived in like some other part of Long Island because most people don't move off of Long Island. I had my fun. Never going back.
Nah, Queens sucks. It's a shithole.
Yeah, I mean, oh my fucking god, dude, you're gonna fall apart even before the end of this thing. Yeah. But I was working from home. And then I would go to my mom's house, which at the time when I had moved out, she basically had converted my old room to a gym. And I stole my cousin's weights. Dude, literally, of course my old bedroom was going to become the gym of the house.
She got rid of your ass. She was like, I'm making it a gym.
Literally, it was her shoes. It was like she stole my closet and it still wasn't enough. But then also it was like I was able to like kind of like makeshift it into a gym because the gyms were closed. And I was so hell-bent. I was already 2 months into prep at the time. And I was like, you know what? Like, Justin, if you're okay with it, I want to keep it going. Let's just keep doing this. Let's just see what happens. And if a show opens up, we'll do it.
Were you not tight? Were we not talking during COVID?
I don't really. I think obviously like we still knew each other, but I don't
Came
think.
through, man. I had the full Rogue set up in the garage,
Dude,
full Rogue Monster Rock with the assault bike. I had 500 pounds. Worth
I
of
remember.
steel
Wait, I
plates.
remember that. Yeah, you're right. And you had the flags hanging up and everything. Yeah, I remember that.
Landmine. I have all the kettlebells. Shit just came through, man. Now everybody was coming to train in my.
So for me, I did a whole bodybuilding prep, and it's so funny because like to this day, outside of the last show that I just did in November, that is my favorite look ever. I've done 5 shows now. The prep that I did with the most minimalistic amount of equipment and just like me with my coach, we read out a plan, just go out and execute it, was one of the best looks that I ever had, which is still so funny to me in a very fucked up way.
It's the vibe, man.
I had a barbell and a bench. It went up to 185 pounds, and I would like literally take bands and just strap random shit at the house to like make the barbell heavier so I can keep progressing. And I had dumbbells that were adjustable up to 90 pounds. And same thing, I would have like the actual resistance bands. I would wrap them around my back, then go to grab the dumbbells. I would do incline, flat, decline. I would do decline at home and almost roll off the bench and fucking go through my floor. And my mom would be so pissed at me because I'd be making a hell ton of noise.
Was the homie Lewis there too?
Yeah, he was there too.
Yeah, shouts to the homie.
He's getting into working on now too. He joined up at Onyx, and I have Jordan and Mike hitting me up saying, yeah, we see him more than you now. So
Fucking hate Onyx. Fucking hate Onyx.
it's real. It's come a long way though.
Yeah,
It
it's
really
come a long way.
from the old gold
I used to go
gym
there
that it
I used to go there
was.
when it was Golds.
Yeah, I went there once when it was Golds. When I had first moved to Seaford, when my family had moved from Suffolk to Nassau County, it was one of the first gyms that I had checked out because it was Golds. Everybody loves Golds. Everybody thinks that Golds is the greatest thing. If you're in the fitness community, go to a Golds kind of thing. They have the Golds out here and the other ones in like East Islip or Islip, wherever it is.
Well, there's a Golds in East. There's a Golds out there. There's a Golds in Northport, which is really cool because it's very nice. I've trained there with. Do you know my buddy Jack, the redhead?
Yeah, I think so.
I trained with Jack there a bunch of times. It's like the underground basement. It's very cool, and they have a lot of really good equipment there. I can't even front on them.
Every Golds has like their hallmarks that you go there for.
Yeah.
and then
then
it's like plus like you always think of Venice too, like Gold's Gym Venice.
Yeah, Golds Venice is a shithole.
I've never. Don't say that. I haven't been.
Go to Golds out in East Islip. It's the same gym.
That's kind of upsetting.
I swear, it's the same gym. And then since COVID, because California's a bunch of pussies, they put half the machines outside, like bad, and then they put tarp over them. It's not the same.
Almost like the gym in San Diego. That's the other gym that I really wanted to go to. Legitimately working out outside with a tarp over you kind of thing.
Yeah,
it's
but
like
it's not
85 and sunny every single day.
It's not though, because it's hazy and gloomy in that part of LA a lot of the time. Every time
With that attitude, it is. Yeah. Dick. Stop trying to ruin every gym that I say I want to go to. Oh no, that's a shithole. Oh no, that's a shithole.
I will tell you what though, truthfully speaking, I got some of the best shots of Kai at that what was it, 7 a.m., 6 a.m.? It was like a 7 or 6 a.m. Shoot that we were doing at Golds out there. The light was just fucking perfect.
Natural lighting.
Most of my shoots, if not all of them, have all been natural lighting.
Yeah, true. You're right. Now that I'm thinking about it, when you do your stuff, normally it's like even if it's like the gyms inside that have like the really really good lighting, Like move fast, live heavy. The lighting when you guys were doing the shoots in there, insane.
Is this it? Oh no, that was in Dubai. Here you go, dude. These are all natural lighting stills from
That
the video.
It literally looks like a movie.
Yeah, those are like some of the best video clips I've gotten of him.
Yep.
I was like, wow, this is fucking even on the inside.
It legitimately looks like it's like movie quality.
Yeah.
And it also doesn't help that you have Kai, one of the strongest freaking human beings on the planet,
The homie.
who literally just makes everything look like a twig.
There you go.
Oh, the color grading? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he still with Redcon?
Hmm?
Is he still with Redcon?
I think so. I don't know. I haven't shot him in a while.
Hmm.
Yeah. So
Shout out Kai. I miss those battles with Phil.
shout out Kai. Yeah, man. I have a picture of me and Kai from back when he was competing, before he got his teeth fixed and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, my man was just at Bev's.
Because now he just does snow angels and money, and he was able to fix his teeth.
That's it, dude. Yeah,
Yeah.
once you become a real influencer and you make that real money.
But now it's like, he was in movies too. What was the movie that he was in?
He was in Stranger Things.
Right, he was in Stranger Things, and he
Stranger
killed
Things.
it.
He was Mr. Funshine.
Yeah, that's what it was. He was like one of like the really bad guys, or like
No, it was,
like 11.
it was the group of misfits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
was
he
dope.
killed it in
He
that,
was
man.
dope.
I
Listen,
literally would watch that, and I was getting so hyped because I was like, wait, I've known this person from like a whole different realm of existence.
I'll tell you what, man. I've spent a lot of time with Kai in a lot of different areas around the world, and I've been very fortunate to see and hang out with him where people wait for fucking hours.
oh, right. You guys went overseas to like the other expos, right?
We've been to Germany. We've been to
Yeah.
Dubai. We've been everywhere. So it's
Dubai is that's on my bucket list.
We've
That
been
is
to LA
that
a
is
bunch.
soon on my bucket list.
yeah. Unfortunately, as the creative, I really didn't get to enjoy these places because I'm
You're working.
So it's not really I get to see everything type of
You
thing.
running
atmosphere.
barefoot on like I don't
That was
remember
in-
where you
that-
were.
that was in Cali.
That was Cali.
Following him
Where it
with
was like
the-
you were running around and you were like chasing Juji.
Yep.
With, like barefoot with your camera and your gimbal. I fucking laughed so
was-
hard when I
that
saw
was
that
at-
because I was
dude,
like,
that was
that's
at-
literally you.
That was at
That is your work ethic.
Dude, that was Tough Mudder, dude. We were going for hours and hours and hours. I was exhausted.
You might as well just done the fucking mutter with the GoPro strapped to your chest.
Well, what happened was we were at the mud pit portion of it, and I had my camera. And it was I forget which sneaker I had on, and I stepped, and it was like sinking mud, and I went to go.
Oh, you lost. You
Dude, I was
shoeless.
falling, and I pulled my foot out. Shoe stayed in.
Oh,
I'm like, what the fuck? So I pulled the shoe out and I threw it to the side, and then I just kept running after everything. That was it. So my feet were like solid clay by the end of the shoot.
no, crusty feet, dude. No,
Hey man, listen, I
girls,
went.
girls don't like crusty feet.
They don't, but luckily I don't get girls, so it's so there's nobody to judge my crusty feet.
Well, no, you also you and Ty, you guys post about pedicures more than any other guys I know.
I do.
Which I'm not judging, but it's also like I have never gone to get a pedicure.
Well, we're gonna go get one now.
Great.
Yeah, you're gonna come through, and you're.
In our maid outfits, right? Yeah.
Alyssa's gonna text literally Tyler and I, and she'd be like, "Thank fucking God, get
Hey.
those talons off of me."
Yeah. Okay. No. Not even close.
She'd be like, it's like laying next to a hawk.
What you're trying to?
He's perching.
No, you're putting this image into people's heads right now, and I'm not a fan of it. No, we're not going there.
Pull the dogs out. Let's see them.
No, absolutely.
Let me see those toes.
No free feet.
We'll charge for it. We'll put a description up.
I'm not letting these people see free feet. You know how much money girls are making with freaking feet pics?
Not those feet. Not my feet. No one's paying for my feet. No one's paying for Tyler's feet.
if I make money off
Tyler said he has dainty feet and that we could spruce them up and make some money on his toes. Tyler,
Hell.
I've seen them toes. I'm making money with those toes.
Well, here's my thing. Nobody's seeing this anyways because with what I do for my financial advisory job, my professional job, I have to report it. It's like, okay, outside business activity includes Ghost, which is outside of normal business hours.
Great.
Feet pics.
Feet pics. Where the fuck did that come from?
And then I got to have compliance calling me. It's like, so you want to explain like how much time you're spending on this? And oh, by the way, why are you doing fucking feet pics?
And then you just go like this.
I would not want to I would be like scared to take up that call.
And then you just go like this. You just go, hey guys,
Times are tough.
the rent's due on Friday. Oh fuck. Yeah, you're right. How much you making? Maybe I should start.
Dude, I'm trying to go on all these crazy expensive trips. I got to pay for them somehow.
Exactly, man. Exactly. And you got a girl, so I mean, I just have to pay for myself.
My secret is just letting Ghost cover them. When you go away, it's like, okay, it's like, I'll do whatever you want. And then you get to travel for free. You get to see different parts of the country that I never thought I'd go to. I mean, hell, I've been to Columbus 5 times or some shit like that. I've been to Alphaland like 3 or 4 times at this point. I've been to Miami twice.
So glad I'm not going to the Arnold this year. Oh my God.
It's the first year that I'm not going to be going. Wait, when is this podcast dropping?
Tomorrow?
Oh, shit. Okay. So I'm not going to the Arnold this year for the first time in a while.
That's okay.
And it's one of those things where I just had something else that came up that I need to be there for instead. So I was like, you know what? It is what it is. I'll be there for the rest of the years because I know the community out there. I know the landmarks. And when I go, it's like my bosses will kind of like bump things off of me and say, oh, okay, like, what do you think? Where should we go kind of thing. And I like that.
We should do I'm not really big into the fitness industry anymore.
Honestly, neither am I. I've fallen off so much. This weekend when I was at Lift Miami for Gymshark, all of these different personalities, and they'd be coming up to the booth. I have no idea who the hell these guys
I have
are.
no idea who any of these fucking people are. And I'm
No
okay with
idea.
that. But I'll tell you what we should do is get maybe me, you, one or two other, maybe Ty, one or two other people, and we should do what Rogan does with the fight companion. And we should do that for the Arnold for the finals.
Wait, you got to explain. So I'm not like a big Rogan guy.
So he
Nothing
does-
against him. Like I've seen some of his takes, and they're
dude.
great.
No.
No, but I know people that swear by him. My roommate, when I went to Gymshark Miami, he literally was like, I would wake up and he'd be like, I'd be listening to Joe Rogan. I was like, I'm not playing Rogan. He's in the bathroom just fucking listening to Joe Rogan.
Rogan's really good.
The Rogan fans are like none else, man.
I'll tell you what.
You love the guy, and it's like if you fuck with him, it's like you're just all up in it all day, every day.
Yeah,
Just from like the people that I've seen, anyways.
the fight companions are basically you can't stream that content to the cameras because you'll get copyrighted and lawsuited.
Okay.
But what he does is him and his boys will hang out and they'll watch the fights off screen.
Okay.
So they'll watch everything going on. They'll comment on it with what's going on. They'll be like, "Oh, Rami is, if it's bodybuilding,
Right.
Rami got second, or this and that," and they'll start like talking about it as it's going on, but they don't show the visuals.
You just like kind of show us like almost like a
Yeah,
selfie kind of thing?
but they hang out for hours. Like it's alive. They'll hang out for like 4 or 5 hours and watch
Interesting.
it's like you're watching the whole show and you stream it. So it's cool.
Right.
I think we should do something like that for. I'll tell you what would be cool if we did something for High Rocks that we're not there.
Yeah.
Everyone's competing. I don't know how long it is, but
Hey,
we'll figure that
High
out.
Rocks New York is coming up in June, man. We got so many people that are going to be doing that.
Yes.
I'll be there as a fan, and I'm going to be going with a bunch of fat heads. I'm going to be the best.
Oh, the big heads.
I'm going to be the golden retriever walking around with fat heads all day,
There you go.
supporting my people, man.
We gotta get you a backpack made so you can like stack them
Honestly,
out of
yeah.
the backpack. Almost like the Uruk-hai warriors in Lord of the Rings, stack the heads in the back. I'll tell you what about Rogan, and then we'll move off from Rogan. I find very admirable from my perspective, which I've been wanting to become better at, which I think I am, is not only the way that he can speak and translate things and talk, but I find it very admirable how well versed he is on a lot of different subjects and topics. That's what I find very cool.
Because he knows it, or because he brings in the people that
I think
know
it's
what they're
both.
talking about?
I think it's because he reads a lot, which I've started to do a lot more.
Yep.
I believe it's because he reads a lot. I believe it's because he has the guests that teach him about these things. His network is large, and I have to remind myself that he's 20 something years older than me.
Right.
And he's been podcasting since the early 2000s, mid 2000s.
I didn't even know that podcasting was a thing in the early 2000s.
He was like one of the first ones. That's why nobody.
It was like, where would you find it?
Exactly. Nobody really knew what it was, and he was just having a show with his friends. And that you have to be reminded of these things. And I forget who I had on that I spoke to about this, but it's like, how many people were at episode 1? Maybe they joined in on episode 150. Maybe
Right.
They joined in on episode 1,000.
Like you go back and take a look at like the metrics from that compared
so
to
you
now,
don't-
like how many views? Like
Yeah, you don't-
150 views on like the first video, and now it's like 10K.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. And at the same time, it's like, how many of that 10K were the first 150? You don't know. Like, so who was on the journey the entire time? Did they join
Right.
halfway? Did they join now? Did they join early? So it's the journey that everyone should be excited about and should enjoy. Unfortunately, we're all primed to want the end result and want the Lamborghini and the $100 million Spotify deal and all the fame
Right.
and this and that. But you have to, because one day you look back and you go, like, even now with my apartment with Kenji, I think to now, and I have to sit down and enjoy where I currently am, because in the next 10 years, maybe I have a family, maybe I live somewhere else, maybe the podcast is huge at that point, and I'm sitting back and I'm thinking like, wow, I used to dream of all this and be so anticipatory about it coming and arriving that I just almost miss the simpler times of just me and Kenji sitting in my apartment quiet. And even like you think about high school, or you think about elementary school, middle school, how badly you wanted to get out and be an adult.
Yeah.
How badly I wanted to just advance and just be at my adulthood, or marry the girl that was my first girlfriend at the time, or this and that. And you look back and you just go, man, I thought that I was ready for all of that, but I really just should have enjoyed being there right then, because life seemed stressful then, but it wasn't. So it's like as you get older, more money, more problems, the more stress, they just continue to compound. They're different stresses. So I find the journey is what I'm trying to enjoy. So when I think of a guy like Rogan, I think of how impressed I am by how well he's versed in so many different topics and how he's got a knowledge base that spans across a lot of different things. And that's what I want to do. I want to read a lot. I want to have a lot of conversations with awesome people like yourself and learn from them about them, this and that. You know, that's what this is for. And the people that get to sit at home or be in their car or whatever they're doing to listen to this and pass some of the time by or learn something themselves. That's what I hope they're doing too.
Also, on top of that, though, I also respect the hell out of the fact that he doesn't really push a lot of things on there, right? As far as like products go and stuff like that. Like, because if I were to compare him to somebody like Andy Frisella, who, you know, from like a motivational standpoint, definitely makes like some of like the best content, will fire you the hell up, 75 hard, love everything from that capacity. But then also, oh yeah, by the way, it's like I'm currently using like First Form hydration and it's like the greatest thing since sliced bread. But it's like you're also plugging yourself in the podcast and it's like it almost kind of like hurts your credibility a little bit.
Yeah.
Fun fact too, I used to be a First Form person. I don't even think like a lot of people.
First Form follows me because I used to be one too.
You were a Legionnaire?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
How much of a shithole was that, huh?
I don't know because I never posted. They sent me the free shirt and everything, and I don't think I ever posted.
Oh, they didn't send me anything for free. Their whole thing was you need to buy the starter kit that was like $250 because you need to be able to you need to buy that, use that, so that way it's like anything else. Like in hindsight, I get why they wanted you to do that, but you didn't need to buy every single fucking product on the line.
No, you had to.
It literally, like, you drop $250. You can use your code. It's like, okay, so you're gonna see the money on the back end anyways when you get paid out, and more people use your code. And at the time, I was so chasing the code mentality. And I would talk to like my best friend Mike because like we were like always working out together. I was like, dude, like I want to get the codes one day. I want to be that person that people are going to be able to say like, oh yeah, I told them to use something, and they would be able to buy into what I'm telling them, kind of thing.
I had a code with Eat the Bear, ETB. Do you remember that protein?
Not a clue.
I'll tell you what, man, that was the best protein I've ever had in my life. It was so good.
What was that?
ETB, Eat the Bear.
Eat the Bear?
Yeah. My buddy Vince was sponsored by them. Vince Fiore. He was one of the best men's physique, in my opinion, had some of the best shape. Looked unbelievable.
Must have been even before I got into it. I thought that I was into it from the very beginning too, with like Buendia and Sadiq and everybody.
You weren't into it. I was fucking.
All right, fine. I miss the old physique days.
I do too.
Old Jeremy Buendia, Ryan Terry. Thank God this guy won this year.
Ryan Terry's the homie.
Dude, I met him over the weekend.
He was supposed to come on the pod.
It's so funny to me, dude, because how I talk about before we were talking about how, it's like you see famous people. Like I have met Christian Guzman. I've met all these like famous people within the industry, and I don't really flinch anymore. It's like, yeah, it's like, I hung out with him. I met all these people.
But they're famous to what standard? That's where you have to, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
like famous
from the industry that I'm in.
And the
like
funny thing, and that's the funny thing, is like
you're wearing Outfleet. Oh yeah, by the way, guys, I was hanging out with the owner this weekend. Okay, cool. Like I don't really care as much. But funny enough, Ryan Terry was one of the people where I was like, I even told my team, I was like, guys, this is gonna be the only time you hear me say this all weekend. I need somebody to take a photo of me with him, because he legitimately, between him and Steve Cook, those were my guys. They got me into the whole men's physique route of like, okay, doing shows with the board shorts was actually like a realistic thing. They taught you how to do everything. Steve had his own series at the time on YouTube where he documented his preps. Terry would always give out his workout information online and on YouTube, kind of thing. So I saw him, and I never met him in person, even though he's been to New York a million times.
He was supposed to come on the podcast back when he was here last, before the Olympia.
Dude, definitely. I wish I could spend time with him and just to like kind of just to pick his brain about his approach to things. And it's like he's done like the top bodybuilding show for 8 or 9 years, however many shows it's been, and he finally won.
Yeah.
Like the hard work has finally paid off, and like screw the whole politics thing. Is like, no, he legitimately was like the best looking person on the stage at that time, and he won, even though people like me will say that he should have won years ago. I had this debate with Mike like so many times over the years. I was like, dude, it's like, how is he not getting more looks? If I could look like any men's physique person, it'd be him in a heartbeat. Like maybe he's not like, like the most athletic hybrid person right now, like what you and I are doing at OG as an example. Like Steve is kind of coming along that route. Chris Harris, as an example, is like running 13 miles, but still is able to press like double my body weight, kind of thing. I'm just like, I want that. Yeah. That's like something where it's like people will pause and be like, wait a second. Yeah, that's like 400 pounds pressing, but also he's able to run a half a marathon at an 8-minute mile pace. Like the stuff that you're not going to see many people doing. That's what I want to be, man. That's what I'm going to be soon. It's just a matter of when.
You want to be an athlete. You don't want to just be somebody that's pretty to look at.
I mean, look, it's like I definitely had my phase when it comes to that type of stuff.
We all have.
OG's really changed my thought process when it comes to that type of stuff, man. It's like I always loved being an athlete. Like always wanted to play every sport growing up, even though for high school I did hockey, I did golf, and I did track for 1 year. And, obviously, golf is not like the most like quote unquote athletic sport kind of thing.
We got to get some golfing this summer, man.
Please, yes.
And okay, so side note with the golf, sorry. With the golf, I not only do we have to get some golf in, but next year Ryder Cup at Black.
I'm already there.
Going, dude.
Already talking.
We got to get tickets. We got to figure out how the fuck to get them.
I have a connect. I got it.
Do you?
Yep.
I'm going. I want to go every day. I want to go fucking just.
All these fun companies that I work with, it's like they're going to be sponsoring the cup.
Sick.
They're going to be sponsoring it.
Dude, I want to go so bad. I'm
really wish
off.
we could edit that part out. Fuck, because now I'm going to have everybody asking me about the Ryder Cup.
No one's gonna ask you. Don't ask Joe. I'm the one that's going. Okay, none of you motherfuckers are going. Okay, I'm going.
Committed to this over.
I'm gonna get
a year
really
out.
pretty pictures of Joe, just looking fucking delicate but masculine at the same time. Right on the side of the tee. Tiger's gonna walk by. He's gonna tip his cap to Joe. I'm gonna get the picture. He's gonna be like, "I knew I brought Nick for the right reason."
Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, you always gotta have the friend that gets like the best photos. Like Alyssa gets like the best photos of me, like the candid photos of me. And I'm like, how do you do this?
It's candid and nothing at all, bro. I don't want no stage photos. We gotta get them real.
I get enough stage photos when it comes to like even like over the weekend where it's like my friend Wolf, who's the photographer that was there for Ghost over the weekend, takes awesome stuff. But I'm like, dude, like
to do with the
just
YouTube
like tell
channel?
me what to do. Yeah, no, he doesn't do the YouTube. I think
No.
Like,
His own YouTube channel that he posts
no,
all his gear.
that's Johnny.
Johnny, man, I saw that. If he listens, I saw that Leica camera, man. Stop posting that shit because I want one. So stop.
Johnny's the one that had the Leica camera.
Leica camera.
Yeah.
It's the Ghost Leica camera, the
Yep.
Ghost edition.
Yep.
It's the black and white one. It's fucking sick.
Yeah, he swears by it, man.
Stop.
He posts about that thing, and
he better stop posting about it because now I want one.
So he has a really good YouTube channel too, where he'll talk about like days in the life.
He's the one I see him. He's the one I see every now and then. He pops up on my thing.
Dude, he's legit when it comes to it. He's like full transparency, authentic as hell. One of the coolest guys, man.
I want to read this list real quick. This is
Go for it.
the potential. I think this is the sponsors for Joe Rogan. So that's why I've had this up. I just wanted to say it before I close my phone. He's got quite a few. ARMRA Colostrum Athletic Greens at AG1.
Really?
Better Help, Black Rifle Coffee, Bond Charge, CBDMD, Crossrope, Dr. Squatch, 8 Sleep, ExpressVPN, 4 Sigmatic, Goal Zero, Groove Life, Hexclad, Higher Primate, Kamikoto Knives, Laird Superfood, LifeLock, Liquid IV, Manscaped, MeUndies, Musk Ox, Neurogum, Onnit, Peak, So Right, Roka Sunglasses, Select Blinds, ShipStation, Simply Safe, Squarespace, Stamps.com, Teeter, Theragun, Traeger Grills, True Classic, Tushy, and ZipRecruiter. Yo, my man is making a fucking killing.
Dude, his monthly checks from that by itself are like exceed what we
man.
make in a year.
Dude, fucking elbows. My man must be killing it on top of the Spotify deal that he just signed for $200 million.
Okay, yeah, didn't see that either.
Yeah. And that's not what he gets paid by the UFC to go do announcing.
Yeah, I forgot about that
My
too. He's
dude
the
has
voice of the
more
UFC.
money than he knows what to do with. Good for you, bro.
If he needs a manager, hey.
There you go. If Joe, if you see this, I mean,
Oh, of course Joe's watching.
yeah, Joe. He's one of the ones from day one for me.
Joe, great name. Hit my line. My people will talk to your people.
My people will talk to your people. Yeah, my Jamie will talk to your Jamie, and we'll set something up. My Jamie is Keensh. Mr. Kenji laying down right here.
Just please ignore, if he watches the first parts of this podcast, ignore the maid outfit, ignore the toes.
No, he's gonna be like, yeah, he's a comedian. You
gonna be
kidding me?
what
He
drags him in.
loves shit like that. He'd be like, yo, come on, Kill Tony. Have you seen Kill Tony?
No.
That's his boy Tony Hinchcliffe, who's got this own. He does a live podcast where he basically brings people out and they roast each other. It's fucking wild.
Oh. Okay, I can be on board with that.
Yeah, it's a wild experience. I want to go to when they film it live in Austin. I really want to go.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually on my list of places to potentially relocate to at some point.
Austin?
Yeah. Scottsdale, maybe.
It'd be the home of bachelorette parties. That's where every bachelorette parties,
I thought it was
engagement
Nashville.
parties. Nashville's kind of just like very basic and boring.
Nashville was shot when we went out there. It was fun,
Yeah.
but it was like too much drinking. I was like, oh my God, I'm so sick.
I'll say this.
After
I
the
think
second day, I couldn't look at alcohol anymore. I'm like, oh my God, I can't drink anymore.
I think Nashville has become one of those places where it's going to be as fun as the people that you go with.
True.
You could go there and have a solo trip and be fine. Like you can definitely find cool and interesting things that you're not going to see anywhere else. Like every country person has like their own bar and it's
But
like
it's
a different
heavy on
spin on it.
drinking.
Oh yeah, heavy on drinking. It's like the whole social scene of
Yeah.
it. But it's more like point being you're basically going to have as much fun as the people that you're with.
Yep.
Austin, you can go there and it's one of those things where you find something new every single day.
Austin's
It's one
become
of
like the
it's
jiu-jitsu
booming.
capital of the fucking country for some
That's
reason.
why you're going. It's fucking jujitsu.
Well, that's too. I just don't want to keep training. I just want to be a fucking bad dude. That's all I want to do. I love
Bad dude in Austin with your gun and everything.
Oh, dude, I can't wait to get
Full hick.
Can't wait to get my pistol. Oh my God, I'm so excited for that. Dude, my lever action rifle, I got to show you, is so dope. It's a Henry all-weather lever action rifle. That's a 44 Magnum. The bullet
Oh,
is
Jesus.
Oh, it's so, we got to go shooting. It's so much fun, dude.
That thing would go through me.
Oh yeah, no. Well, it's a hollow point that I have for home defense.
Oh,
So the
never
hollow
mind.
points are gonna mushroom, but
I'm safe.
yeah, you're good. You're good.
So I can keep fucking with you. Though.
It'll just stick in there.
Got it.
But the lever action is just so much fun. You feel like a cowboy every time you shoot it because it comes. Yeah.
It's like the toy gun that used to come as part of the costume kind of thing.
yeah.
Fuck that, dude.
It's
Just get the real thing.
Oh no, that thing's a real thing. I gotta show you. It's so dope. It's 11.
When you say that it mushrooms out, I'm getting like this wrong idea in my
Well,
head.
that's the type of bullet that it is. It's a hollow point bullet. It's not. It's meant to have like the power to. Gun people might correct me if I'm incorrect because I'm new to the gun scene over the last couple of months to year. But a hollow point bullet is going to mushroom and blossom the shrapnel out, so it kind of stops in the tissue. Whereas a regular bullet that has a lot more,
just like nothing.
it might just go right through.
Right. Okay.
That's also why you use buckshot if you have a shotgun for home defense versus a slug. Slug's just going to go right through, and if you have neighbors, it could kill your fucking neighbor.
Got it.
Yeah, so you have to use buckshot because and birdshot, it'll just pepper them up. It won't really.
Okay.
So buckshot is a little stronger.
My closest thing to that is like I used to just like shoot BB guns around my neighborhood with my friends,
That's dope.
and it would just be like us being rebels kind of thing.
Yeah, just having fun.
And then
Being
my
fun
father,
guys.
and then my dad would find out that I'm shooting BB guns, and like one of them ricocheted off of a trash can and hit his car.
Oh, it's
and he
over.
brought me down into the police precinct and had him literally interrogate the fuck out of me, so that way I would stop playing with the BB guns.
Throw you in this cell.
Dude, just to like kind of paint the picture of like who my dad is, like he would do that, and it's like I was scarred for like a fucking month after that. Never picked up a BB gun again, so it worked.
Yeah, it worked.
Oh my
now
God.
I'm gonna bring you to the range. We're gonna have a good time.
Oh, great.
The range is sick, man. So I want to know: is there anything that we missed that we have to? We touched on a fuck ton, dude.
I think we touched on a lot of different things, and I was telling everybody even before I came on that the whole thing that I wanted to talk about on this was maybe the things that don't get enough light that maybe they should, especially when it comes to the whole social media thing. Because I can confidently say I've been in it and around it enough now to where I think I actually have like a really decent opinion that could be valued, especially to like the younger kids, like 19, 20, 21-year-olds, that all these kids that you see in the gym, and then all the people that come up to you at events that are saying, okay, like the biggest question that I was getting over the weekend is like, how did you get involved with Ghost? Like, what are they looking for? Like, what do I have to do kind of thing? And my story was simple. I fucked with the brand. Like, I was authentic with the brand. I took a lot of the products that I genuinely wanted to take, not because I wanted to work with the company in the future, even though it was a goal. It was basically making my life better. I talked about it online, and then everything, stars aligned, and they asked me, and I said yes. But now it's become one of those things to where people are going to be doing this for the wrong reasons. People are going to think that they can just solely live off of money that's coming from social media and this and that and the other, but you're not going to be saving for retirement. That's not like a real job. There's people that are doing like the social media scene now that what are you going to do when you're 35 or 40? And if you're one of those people that might, traditionally fall off and you're not as big of a presence or you don't have like that look, like as a girl, I hate using this example, but say like there's somebody that drags in a lot of their followers because of their look or their body. If they're showing cleavage, whether you're a guy or a girl. And then all of a sudden when you get older, you don't have that appeal anymore. And then what are you going to do? You blew all this money on G-Wagons and cars and all this other stuff, but you have no money that you save for retirement. You're basically going to be that person collecting Social Security. We've talked about this. I see you smirking. And I know the example that you already mentioned to me, and I'm not going to get into it, but you're going to be that person that isn't able to sustain their livelihood when it gets to like the second part of your life, which is supposed to be like the glory years. You work all these years to be able to enjoy some sort of a livelihood that you had before you retired and stuff like that. And maybe this is just me putting on like my financial advisor hat.
You have to have a game plan. That's really what it comes down to. Is you have to have a game
I'm always thinking like
eventually
20, 30 years down the road kind of thing.
If your income is based on the vanity and it's based on your looks and your sex appeal, whatever have you, and you don't have an end goal for when you don't have that anymore.
Yeah, you need a plan.
And let's just use it in a female perspective because we have to call a spade a spade. If you're doing OnlyFans or you're leaning into your looks in your early to mid 20s, it's not to say that the ship is going to run its course in your 30s, but your 40s.
You never know. But say like that's like the only thing that you rely on.
What happens when the next round of hot girls that are younger come up? It's a natural cycle. It happens. Younger girls are going to age and they're going to get more of attention now because they're the next group. So it's like, what's the freshman class coming in? It sounds fucked up to say, but it is what it is.
Right.
The freshmen, especially in bikini and all these different competitive styles, you see this. So what's going to happen when you're clinging to scraps now of dudes that are the glory days of guys following you back in the day when you didn't set yourself up for anything besides I'm just a pair of breasts to look at.
Right.
Come on, yo, you got to do more than that.
So my biggest, and this is like the main point that I want to drive home with this. My biggest piece of advice is if you want to do anything related to the fitness industry, I think I'm happy that I approached it the way that I did, and I think it'll benefit a lot of people if they did the same. Treat it as a hobby, a passion project, but don't make that your 9 to 5. Have yourself set up, like if you're going to school for a degree in business or a degree in marketing or a degree in art, go and get a real job doing that because you definitely enjoyed it, because otherwise you wouldn't have been majoring in it in the first place unless you just see money as the end goal and you know that you can make money, fine. But point being, do that first, get yourself somewhat stable, and then if the other avenues of your life start to take over and you can solely live off of that, then you have to make that decision. But don't just solely be like, okay, kids coming out of college, oh, I'm just going to do social media full time. Because then you're going to be that person that's living in your parents' house until 26, 27, and you're not going to have a plan. So if you do something that is a legitimate job and you set yourself up and you just use your hours outside of work because that is your passion project. It's fine to have a passion project. And then if that ultimately takes over all of your income and you want to put all your focus towards that, but at least get to that point to where you can have the legitimate conversation with yourself. Oh, I can do this full time and I don't need to go to my 9 to 5 every single day. You know, one of our friends, she was an accountant and she was able to start working with a bunch of fitness companies, and she left her job because she's doing so well, which is great. But she was a freaking top 4 CPA firm accountant and was able, she had that backbone. So she was able to make that decision for herself. But people thinking that they could just go right into this and have that be the only thing that supports them is just, it's not going to end up being what you think it's going to be. Everybody has this false perception because they see all of the famous people online and they see all the cars that they're driving and the houses that they're living in and who they're associating with and going to clubs and buying all the bottle service. Look, we've all seen it. I've witnessed it. But then also you hear the stories about how they're not exactly living the best lives outside of that. So it's maybe the 1% of people that are safely able to live off of that by itself. I'm hoping that they have some sort of plan for 20 years from now when that isn't exactly going to be as prominent as it is now. But have yourself set up first with a normal job, something that is making you income that you somewhat enjoy, and then work on your passion projects. And if the roads ever cross to where you get to have the decision with yourself as to, okay, this could take over, then great. Then you know that you're doing something right. Or you can just continue doing both of them on the side. Ghost has literally just become spending money for me. And it's great because it's still my passion. I still get to do that on the side of my job. And I don't ever have to worry about Ghost paying the bills. I make plenty of money doing the financial advisory stuff. And I genuinely love it. And it's nice because I can go to Ghost and I don't have to worry about a code. I don't need to worry about leveraging my friendships and making sure that people are utilizing me, because otherwise I might not be able to pay rent next month, kind of thing. So that's my biggest point. With all the kids that were coming up to me over the weekend, it's like they're 19, 20 years old. Oh, yeah, I'm going to U in Miami right now, but I'm going to be doing social media full time. What does that mean? Oh, I'm just going to I want to work with a bunch of companies. I want to do sponsored ads, blah, blah, blah. It's insane to me how we've gotten to this point. And you have people that are like, oh, I don't want to work a desk job. You have to do something.
No, it's not
if
insane.
you do
I have to reverse you there. It's
Yeah.
not insane. This is what we've been trickle fed for years. And the younger kids who this is all they know. We know a world without social media. They do not.
Mm-hmm.
So we have been trickle fed it. And by the time it's gotten to them, they're drinking it right at the fucking teat. Like, this is it, bro.
Mm-hmm.
This is all they know. They think that this is going to be a forever thing. You and I understand that this is not. And if you're watching, life is trends. Tony Robbins talks about trends all the time,
Yep.
understanding trends. I believe that there is a resurgence happening right now where people are, like me, where people are tired of this
Making the
taking over
choice.
my fucking life.
Yep.
And I'm tired of having to be a slave to my phone. And I'm tired of having all of these things that really only benefit the social media companies
Mm-hmm.
and all of these other organizations. And they don't actually benefit me. And I'm trading my time and my attention
Mm-hmm.
for them to get fat and stupid rich.
Yeah.
And me, I just get dumber because that's really 99% of the content that you see is stupid bullshit, especially in the fitness industry. Let's be totally honest. Most of the content that you're going to see in the fitness industry,
Here we go.
if I got to see people dancing with a tub of protein or any kind of corny cornball shit like that, this is mindless zombie content. It is fucking garbage. I will not shoot that content. I hate that content. It is so fucking stupid. And unfortunately, it shows you the mindset of the people that are consuming it, because a video like that will get millions and millions of views.
Yeah.
But a story of a girl that lost her leg and now she's a fitness enthusiast, that'll get a couple of hundred. So we're seeing the trends of how fucking lost people are as a whole in the society. So now you look at kids that look at these things and they go, wow, I want to be a social media manager. I want to do this. I want to do that. They're going to be burnt out by the time they're in their mid-20s. They're already burnt out. I saw a ton of comments about kids in their 16, 17, 18 years old that said, I deleted every app off my phone. I bought a dumb phone. I bought a smartphone. I only use social media when I'm on my computer. I deleted Twitter, X. I
Whatever the hell it's called. I never got big into it anyways.
I like Twitter because I got a lot of news from there, but I'm having the feeling that I don't need to know everything anymore. I'm tired. There's only so much that my brain can process in a day, and most of it needs to be my job, my family, and Kenji, who's in my family. So that's all that I really want to process in a day. I don't need to process every fucking war that's happening around the world. I don't need to process every bad interaction with police. I can't focus on it all. It's just too much. You start to just mentally, we're talking about constant stimuli. You just start to just go, I care, but I have to safeguard my brain for a little bit. So you look at these kids that are getting burnt out in their early 20s already, and they have no idea where to go and what to do because they believe that social media is the god of everything.
It's their generation.
They see these people, they see these celebrities, they see all the money and all this, and it's fake. They don't realize that it's all fake. Unless you know these people and they're as authentic as they always are, it's a small percentage of people that actually are. All these other, Dan Bilzerian, fake. He's bankrupt from what I understand now. I don't wish harm on anybody. But guess what, man? If you really had that much loot, if you did, which I don't know if he did or not. I'm not his fucking account.
I would hope so with some of the things that he's been doing in those
I'm
videos.
pretty sure he was fucking loaded. But from what I understand now, he's bankrupt from a lot of people talking about it. Bro, how do you have that much money and you're bankrupt now? So you look at these people, it's all bullshit. It's all people trying to impress people that they don't know and don't give a fuck about. Stop focusing on it. Exactly what you said. Focus on doing things that you enjoy. If you want to be a podcaster, you want to shoot content for brands, get into it. That's fine. But build something up. This was a part-time job. This was my side gig for a year.
Yeah.
And I built up a very good clientele before I even thought of quitting my main job. And Juji gave that exact advice on the podcast that when he sat down with me. He said, I really sat down and planned my thing out before I even had any idea of if I was going to quit my job and do all the content full speed.
Yep.
And once I mapped everything out and I knew that this was going to be the ability for me to quit my job and start my company and do my thing, that's when I did it. You have to go into it and be smart. Methodical choices. The same thing that people just fucking move to random parts of the country and then they go, why didn't this work? And then they move back in 6 months to a year. It didn't work because you didn't plan shit out. You just thought that, oh, it looks cool over here. Let me go to Miami. Or let me go to Colorado. Let me go to California. And they realize, oh, I don't know anybody. I don't have any connections. And I'm just here now. And it's basically the same shit. Grass is greener effect. You thought it was going to be different and it's not. After the honeymoon stage, it's the same shit. You just may get more sunshine or more snow. And there's different people. That's really all it is. So you have to think these things out. I've given myself a timeline, 2 to 5 years. If I'm going to stay in New York, I have 2 to 5 years to decide if I'm going to go somewhere else.
Okay.
That's it. I'm going to visit some places. I'm going to see. I'm going to grow my network in different areas instead of just New York. And if it makes sense for me to go somewhere else, I'll go. If it doesn't, I'll fucking stay. You have to be
But at least you have this base already.
Exactly. And
you already have yourself established in some sort of capacity
and it
to
took
where
years.
you give yourself that flexibility to be, okay, if I want to make some sort of a jump, I can.
And it took years, and COVID ripped it down. I had started just like it ripped everybody down, not just me. I don't want to sit here and sound like I'm a loner and it only affected me. Bro, dude, it fucked up a lot of people. I was about to move out. I had the most money I was ever making at that time. Not anymore, but at that time, I was making the most money I had ever made. I was like really fucking killing it. And then just everything went to zero. I was like, oh, what's going on? And then it took all that time up until about the last year to get back to like, oh shit, like we're killing it again. This is great. And guess what? There might be another cyclical type of a situation where things go back to zero.
Depending on who you talk to, apparently something's going to be coming every like 10 years or something like
exactly. Yeah. And guess what, man?
So just be ready for it.
Yeah. So I started paying myself since July. That's a whole different topic. I was not paying myself the entire time I've been in business since 2018. 2018 is when I quit my job full time. So since 2018, I never paid myself. Everything was just in the business. Now, started taking money out and putting it in my savings and using it to invest a little bit here and there.
High yield savings bonds.
And that's what I'm saying.
Savings accounts, everything.
So now I have a little bit of a nest egg just in case like I need to fall back on some shit.
Right.
I never had that before. Smart. Be methodical. Research. Talk to people that know their shit. Reach out to Joe. You know, there's only so much advice I can give on a non-professional side. Professional side, it's weird. And before I'm like, I gotta refer you to somebody else. You just gotta do things and make sure that it's the right move for the time being. It's okay to fuck up. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to like regress and go, that move wasn't the right move. But you have to know when to pull out, and you have to know when to. Don't fucking.
I tried so hard.
You made eye contact. You made eye contact with me too. It was crazy.
It doesn't take away from the severity of what you're just talking about. I refuse to let that ruin this. Go ahead.
It's not going to ruin it. You have to know. My Thanos with this bobblehead. You got to know.
Passionate for a second. I slammed the table. I'm slamming cans.
Yeah, you're slamming cans.
I'm going to break this place.
Don't break. It's a place for delicate people. So just the long story short, you just have to know what you're doing. Go with your gut and make methodical choices for your life, and that's it.
God bless. You see,
dude. How can people follow you, talk to you if they want to talk about ghosts, talk about you just being fucking awesome?
Honestly, so Ciliberti is on IG. I think that's how the majority of people.
How you spell it?
CILLYBIRD. Follow the bird. If you want some comedic relief every once in a while, I've been quiet on there as of late, depending on who you ask.
Good for you.
But at the same time, if I post something, I'm hoping that at least it'll be informative, funny, or have some sort of importance to it. I'm not just going to be like one of those people that just like really posts to post anymore. I used to be that in the very beginning. Now it's kind of like, okay, it's like when you post, have it mean something, you know? Yep. So whether it's me doing something stupid like drinking an energy drink at 7 o'clock at night, you know, because I'm trying to get topics for Rizzology. Oh my gosh.
We don't even need topics, man. We just talk and have fun. And
I got shit for that too. Yeah.
This is 2 hours and 20 minutes.
No way.
Swear to God, bro. It's 11 o'clock at night right now.
Whoa.
That's what I'm saying. This is your first time doing this with me. This is what happens with everybody. Yeah.
I have class at 6:15 in the morning tomorrow.
Well, so we're going to end it right here. Anybody, I appreciate all y'all for fucking with us and hanging out. Joe Ciliberti, amazing human being. One of my boys for 10 years now. I appreciate him. He's an amazing soul. And hopefully you guys got some great topics from this. Great conversation, as usual, with my guests. I always appreciate all the dialogue that I get with them. If you can, please share, like, subscribe, comment, all that fucking dandy bullshit, whatever it is.
Only because you want to?
Yeah, if you don't want to, don't fucking do it.
If you don't like me, don't do it.
Yeah, if you don't like me, if you don't like Joe, don't fucking do it. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's cool. I don't want you to have to feel like you have to do things if you don't like me and enjoy me and my content, but I appreciate everybody for tuning in. If it's 1 view, if it's 1,000 views, 1,000,000 views, I appreciate every single person. So on that note, I appreciate all y'all for fucking with us. But for now, peace.
And cut.